Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Northernlion Live Super Show, the Thursday, February 15th, 2018 edition. As always, I'm your host, Northernlion, joined by my esteemed co-host, Rock Lee Smile.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. How's it going?
It's Thursday, my dudes.
Yeah, I just put it's day. I didn't know what day it was, so I just put Thursday. It's day.
Well, it's the day after Valentine's Day, a.k.a. February 15th. I don't know. I thought I had something more germane to say than that, but I didn't. Speaking of germane, we're going to be crushing the geraniums and descenders today. Following that, we're going to play some golf with your friends, not on the experimental branch, and then following that, we're going to play some Pinturillo.
Hopefully we got more than just the two of us by then.
Yeah, no, I've handled booking and talent. We should, I believe we'll have 4 people from the second segment onwards. But honestly, it's good that it's just the two of us to start, because nobody else can hang with our mountain biking skills.
That might be true, actually. I did get to the second chapter and almost to the very end of that, even.
Ooh, I have also been to the second chapter.
What is this?
That's right, yeah, I am, first off, I'm sick. You're right. Secondly, we have no Cobalt today. I give Cobalt a pass for dad life. That's just like, whenever he's not around, I'm like, he's probably some dad stuff.
My Streamlabs Stream Labels thing just went black. I don't know what that means at all.
Like the Rolling Stones song.
There's nothing in it. It's just empty now.
Well, it couldn't be bad, like empty, or it could be good, like, you know, like Johnny Walker Black.
Maybe it's filled with money now. I'm gonna restart it.
That's like one of the top tier scotches that John Walker offers, I think.
Do you know much about scotch?
No, but I had a great joke. Did you watch much baseball in the year 1998?
No.
There's a great joke about John Walker's Black Label. And I'm just going to let it go out there, and people can fill in the blanks for themselves, and that's fine.
All right. Are you in the mood to hear a joke about a ghost?
Always.
That's
100% of the time.
That's the joke.
That's the spirit?
That's the spirit.
It's very rare for me to experience a joke that makes me less likely to ever answer the question of whether or not I want to hear a joke.
Well, the good thing about that one is you can answer it the same way regardless what they say, which that's Northernlion proof, because you never know what's going to come out of this guy.
All right, Nick, I am at the starting area. I'm running into things and hoping my bit rate holds up, because there's a lot of grass.
When you say the starting area, you mean like the little kiosk with the bar and the tents?
Yeah. You know, there's the shed and there's the...
Yeah, and then you go to the menu, and then you go to Highlands, and that's how you start.
Okay. Have you started?
No. Ready when you are, though.
Okay, yeah. I gotta change my bike, because I'm using Rusty bike right now.
Did you join a team yet?
Yeah, what team did you join?
I joined Enemy, but I shouldn't have.
Why, how do you tell what team you joined?
Should be in the top right when you get to the shortcuts to pick a route to start.
Because I joined whatever one gave me this ski goggle that said 420% next to it. And I'm extremely pleased about it. I'm on Team Kinetic.
Okay, that's cool. So there's 3 teams. Each one has a different specialty. Apparently the one I picked is like stunts, which is the thing I'm the least good at.
Yeah.
There's one that's like all-terrain off-roading, and that's the one I wanted to pick, but I can't change anymore, so...
Shall we Highlands?
Start up.
Let's do it. So for anyone not familiar, Descenders is a mountain biking roguelite extreme sports game. It's made by the same people who made Action Hank, and it's kind of got the same sort of feel. Well, that's a terrible start. Same kind of feel going on for it, but basically it's like Trials meets The Binding of Isaac.
You get 4 lives, and you got to get down as far as you can in this branching path of off-roadness. Well, some of it's off-road, most of it's on trails.
It is actually, like, people are gonna make fun of me for saying roguelite. It's a roguelite.
It is. It's randomly generated levels, branching paths.
Yeah, you're going, it's not a roguelite, and I'm going, you don't even know. It is a roguelite.
So the harder you bail, the more lives you lose. You can lose up to 3 in one bail if you, like, smash your neck in half.
Oh, I've never lost more than 1, I think.
Well, I've lost 2. I've never lost 3.
I am an idiot, and I keep trying to do like 6 backflips over and over on every single jump.
It's not necessary. We're going for distance, not for points.
But I need to get 2 backflips to get my bonus so I can get 1 HP up when I leave this floor.
He's calling them
How much
floors already.
have you played here?
Like 2 hours, something like that. Not
Okay,
all that
I'm at
much,
90
honestly.
minutes.
I was so into it though when I was streaming it. I was supposed to end, and I was just like, no, I'm just playing this more because it's so good. I really like this game.
You have a good point. I'm probably gonna remove the music.
Ah, good point.
Yeah, because
Well,
you never know, right?
I think it's fine, but actually you're right. I'll do it anyway.
I think that seems like a good idea. So and we'll just put on Hungarian Rhapsody in the background as we always
Music's really
do.
good though. You know what? I'll take the chance on my side. I'll just let it go.
All right, yeah, we'll do an A/B test. I just love hearing the sounds of the chain going.
It's satisfying. I love when it just like goes tick 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 tick. After you get down like a little hill, everything starts to feel really smooth. These freaking hay bales are trying to kill me.
Yeah. The first level is like, I feel like it's very easy.
You gotta challenge yourself.
Yeah, I lost 2 lives because I actually died.
Oh.
For the first time ever.
Oh, so you don't have to really stay on the trail that much? It's up to you
I
if you
also
want
noticed that, but like...
What's the point?
That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, never mind.
I said the same thing, and I mostly stay on the trail anyway.
Like, the trail is just... It just feels right.
Oh, if you want to add like +10 to your Zane, I recommend as you go over the finish line, do a bunny hop, like at the guardrails. You can ragdoll yourself after it ends. It doesn't cost you anything.
Ooh,
I figured your chat would appreciate that.
Give me a moment here.
Hello, I am a music immigrant. Welcome, welcome.
That's fine, you know. If you wanna be a music... I wish the 2 words weren't so similar. If you want to be a music immigrant, by all means, please feel free. Go ahead. All right, I got to start over because I ate it really badly.
Oh man, I haven't lost any lives yet.
I was just trying to impress chat. Like when people were watching me, I'm like, I gotta do something. Is there a first-person perspective?
Yes.
I hope not.
There is.
Nick, did you notice that when you get a loot item in this, it makes the same sound that Party Panic makes when you open a loot box?
I did not notice that.
It goes, or maybe Move or Die. It's one of those 2.
All right.
Like it must have been like a Unity like sound clip that you could just buy. That's like fanfare.
I will make note of that. Oh, someone has sent me a game, and it has caused my screen to be filled with something. Thank you for that.
In like a good way or in a bad way?
In a way that it went in front of my bike, but it's fine. I didn't crash. Thank you. I will note that later. I'm going in first-person mode for a little bit because I really like actually the first-person mode. Unless I'm doing flips.
Are you using a controller?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! What is the first-person button?
Y.
LB until you. Y.
Just keep hitting Y for a while. There's like 4 different view modes, I think. 3 or 4.
It makes me feel like I don't have arms.
Yeah, pretend you're Rayman for a bit.
Okay.
He was really good at bicycling. Till he wasn't anymore.
You know what he's really bad at?
What do you do with your bracelets? You can't do bracelets.
He can't wear bracelets.
Is that what you're gonna say though?
I was gonna say arm wrestling.
Okay. Well, he's got a powerful hand, so that's all that really counts in that.
Does he?
Yeah, he punches everybody to death.
I thought that was
You played Rayman?
I played Rayman, and I like Rayman a lot.
Forgot about his punch?
I don't remember many punches. I remember a lot of jumps and a lot of dunk, 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 dunk.
It's hard to arrest Rayman, yeah, because you can't put handcuffs on him.
Well, also because he knows his rights.
Right. You could stun gun him. That would probably put him down.
What you're supposed to do is just make a puffer fish, and then when you jump on it, he gets spikes that come out of it, and then it's all good. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I really don't remember the details either that well.
It feels good when you land a flip in first person.
That is not a thing I like doing. That makes me feel weird.
What about a rotation?
Going through the corkscrew, that's all right. Because you got ground like under you the whole time.
Like a 360, though.
No, I don't like any of that. I'll switch out of first person if I do those moves.
Kind of digging it, dude.
But if you're going through the woods, like real fast, first person's the way for me. I need that little bit of extra view distance. Keep your eyes on the horizon and all.
I'm not susceptible to nausea, and this is triggering it for me. All right, fine. I'll go back into third person.
Yeah, I'll switch back and forth as well, because I know it's not good for some people.
Oh, look at that. Easiest backflip I've... Oh, never mind. I'm actually literally dead. And I have to restart again.
Lame. If you ever get a track that says finish within X amount of seconds, by the way, you can never finish it by following the track.
Impossible. Yeah.
You actually have to go off-road to do those.
I feel you.
Like, by design, I think. They want you to go off-road.
Can someone get this toxic bear taffy out of my chat, please?
Tox Taff? Hi, Lynn.
He told me to eat shit, nerd.
Wow, that's not like him at all.
I know, he's being the real Chad right now. Bear angry.
Sorry, Bear, don't be angry.
Okay. Ooh, Nick, how is your Tuesday or Wednesday? And I'm asking about the day specifically because I saw you clean a mass insect grave out of a light, and just the picture itself made me want to die and never come back.
Yeah, I felt about the same. That was... So I got a set of new light bulbs for this lamp that I've been using for my overhead for cam stuff, and that lamp was filled with so many bugs I had to take it apart when I replaced the bulb, or I couldn't live with myself. So I went and did it, and inside, like you saw, were all those bugs. They were so matted and thick in there, I actually had to break them apart with a pencil before I could get in there and really do the vacuuming. Now it's all gone and clean, though. It's much better.
I'm very glad to hear that, because like I literally saw it when you tweeted it, and then I saw it, like, it didn't even dawn on me. I was just like, oh, he's got like a lot of insulation or like cotton balls in there or something.
It's bug stuff.
Then when I looked at the picture, like Twitter was like, hey, you haven't had a nightmare in a while. Would you like to see this again? And I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, those are ladybug corpses.
Not only ladybug corpses, bits of moth, as well as about 5 billion gnats that you can't make out that they're there.
Yeah, I didn't like seeing that.
That's what most of the fluff was gnats all matted together. It looked like fluff, though, because, you know, your body doesn't want you to have such nightmares.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. My brain tried to rationalize it in a way that didn't make me hate planet Earth.
So, yeah, the lamp's good now. Lights back together, and, you know, won't probably burn down the house anymore. So that's good.
Well, that's good.
We watched Dunkirk last night. I figured that's probably something you've got an opinion on.
I haven't seen it yet, but I have an opinion on Austin's opinion of it.
It's so good.
Austin didn't like it, and you might be in chat right now. I shouldn't, you know, like, say his opinion for him, because he's gonna say it lacks nuance. But he said it was too predictable.
But wait, I thought that was a joke, though.
I don't think it was a joke.
It's World War II, though.
It's a true story. Yeah.
Like, it made me feel sick. It was so real, but also sad and good. So they did a really artistic thing with it, where there's 3 different time periods happening at the same time in the movie. So there's 3 roles, and one of them is in a week, one of them is in a day, and one is in an hour. And all 3 of those roles are interspersed through each other in a way that makes you kind of confused, but then when it all comes together at the end, you go, oh, okay.
It's like Inception.
In the way that, like, you go in deeper dreams and time gets slower, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's really like Inception meets the Second World War.
Yeah, anyway, I just thought it was, like, one of the best movies I never ever want to see again. It was so good, but it's just so heart-wrenching.
Don't spoil it for me, but do they ever explain why a town in France has an English name?
No. Oh, I died my first death. I'm on second level forest.
I find that, like, very difficult. But I think, is this make the boss jump? I might be one away from make the boss jump.
Not Highlands, the one after?
Yeah, you're on proper forest.
Oh god, I did the loop-de-loop in first person. That was a mistake. I had something.
No, it's correct. Like, I mean, Austin genuinely has a point that the movie can be about real events. Excuse me, I finished. And still be too predictable, because, like, the events in the movie are dramatized That sounded wrong. Dramatized?
Yeah, I mean, I got what you meant. It's not about a camel. It's not dromadaritized.
Correct, yeah.
Make sure you carve when you get to the forest. You gotta carve. Right stick, left and right.
I literally thought when I started the final level, the game popped up text that said, "This is shit." But I think it said, "This is it." And I was like, wow, game, like, don't take it so hard. You're in early access. Like, you guys are doing a good job so far.
I'm not happy with your performance.
Okay, here we go. No, we don't need to go. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So is it okay that it's over dramatized and predictable? I think yes. I don't think that affected my opinion of the movie at all. I fully expected that everyone or no one could be dead. But they did artistic things with their choices about why the people did die that did.
I have never been... I've never watched a Christopher Nolan film and been like, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Even Interstellar, which I have problems with, I'm still like, that movie's got a lot of clever stuff going on that I think is cool. So I do need to see Dunkirk. You know, if I'm being honest with you, I'll probably watch it on the plane, which is not the way to do it. But
it really isn't. This movie's all about the audiovisual experience. There's very little actual dialogue in it. It's mostly ambience.
Are you telling me I shouldn't have it on a 6-inch monitor while my wife and I play Mario Kart on the Switch?
With a loud jet engine next to you, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of actual plane engines in that audio, so maybe it'll just seem like a parallel.
That is... I'm probably still gonna... Look, it's like a 14-hour flight, all right? So...
Yeah, it's fine.
If there are 7 other movies that appeal to me more than Dunkirk on a plane, it might be saved, but we'll see. I can't believe I lived. Let's go. That's the perfect place to watch it, yeah. Dude, I know we talk about Marvel movies on every show, but I got my tickets to see Black Panther tomorrow.
I've heard it's fantastic. I'm
seeing a movie the day it comes out. That never happens.
I actually thought it was out already.
It might be out like in... Does one of those things where, like, because Disney hates Americans, they came out with it in Britain first or something.
Okay.
Have fun at the packed theater, dude. I don't care. I'm part. If you're in traffic, you are traffic, my dude.
Oh God. Oh. This gets pretty hectic later on.
I really thought I would decapitate my guy. I'm on like the middle of the forest. Yeah, and all I'm doing is taking mellow straight race over and over and over.
I think I'm on my last life. No, I got one more after this.
Do you have reserved seats? Hell yeah, dude. I don't mess about with that plausible confrontation of having to choose a seat when we're already in the theater. Oh God!
This course is actually too hard.
At first I was like, the Highlands are like too easy. How can anybody ever fall in this game? And then in the forest I was like, oh, this is no joke.
It starts going so fast when you start going like down steep hills, and then they have you doing the hoppy sticks.
Like, I love the switchbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for that time, because I almost killed myself.
I gotta go so slow. There's too many hoppy sticks.
It was out yesterday in Australia. What do you do if somebody takes your seat?
God.
You go over to them and you go, hey, I think you're in my seat. And then they pull out the ticket and they pretend to not know that they were in the wrong seat. Oh! Our tickets, I thought they were for the exact center of the theater, but it turns out they're actually in the back corner or right up against the screen. See, where it said row J, I thought it said row Z there.
You point at the nearest pylon, you tell them to go sit behind it.
Yeah, or sit on it.
If it fits, you must acquit.
I reserve a seat and I'm worried about that. The thing that happens to me at movies with reserved seats, we always pick the seats that we got, even if they're bad and it looks like there's seats out in the middle that are open. But there's usually, or at least often, somebody that's like, hey, we're gonna switch to those seats. Nobody's in them. And then the trailers start and the people who rightfully purchased those seats come in and they're like, hey, those are the seats. Oh, sorry, I didn't know, sorry.
No reserved seats around here. You just go where you want to go.
It's gonna get there, absolutely.
What?
Like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when I lived in Korea, they had reserved seating, and we were like, this is the way it should be. And now it's made it. It's made it over. It's like the norm now. Just got to filter out to the entire country, and then we're good.
I got to the boss jump of the forest, and it just didn't take me where I needed to go. I fell straight down and then just drove around the thing I was supposed to jump over. So I'm on the next level, I guess.
Whoa, really? That's good.
Looks like
I am on the Highlands again.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't spoil what it is.
No, please do.
It's like a canyon.
Ooh, canyon.
Oh, this looks cool. I was hoping by like the 4th area you'd be doing those little sticks over like the canopy of a forest.
Oh yeah. No, thank you.
BMX racers just like riding on little planks of wood over nothing. The balls in these guys. It must balance them, honestly.
We live in like, I mean, I'm sure that you already know this. We live in like the dark ages. So many people in chat are like, I've never even heard of a theater that didn't have reserved seating. Yeah, that's the way it used to be. That was the norm here, is that you just show up, and if you show up earlier, you get a better seat. Every theater was like Southwest Airlines.
I've only been to the one in Vancouver that had that. Nowhere else.
No one said that. Go look at the chat. Many people said that.
There's a transcript.
Plus, I'm building a bit here.
A bit of what?
Exactly. There's a chat log. It's just, I don't know. I like it better because we're oftentimes late.
Yeah,
I used to always be early. Now I'm late, and I still have the anxiety about it, but at least I know my seats are taken care of.
Plus, you can stop at the concessions if you want, and you don't have to worry.
Nick, I forgot to tell you. That's very true. I forgot to tell you.
What?
I had an extremely socially anxiety-triggering moment on Sunday.
I'm gonna die.
And I overcame it, and it was beautiful. We went to a restaurant, and we've talked on the restaurant before. You could basically like serve me a plate full of hot water, and I'd be like, "Thank you." But we went in, and we were like, "Is someone gonna seat us?" And then the lady saw us. And then she like started talking to her manager or something, and the manager was like, "Ah." And then she came over and was like, "Oh, you guys want to eat?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Okay, there's a seat over there." And we sit down. Decide what we're gonna order. Nobody comes by. Literally like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's hell. I got the canyon too, by the way. That was my best record.
Nice. Waitress walks by. I go, "Hey," I said this a little more condescendingly than I'd like in hindsight, but I went, "Hey, can we order?" And she went, "Yeah, sure. I'm not your server, but I'll just go get your server. I'll be back in a minute." Wait another 5 minutes. Nothing.
No.
Then we were like, "Should we leave? Like, is this the protocol?" And we just stood up and walked out, and nobody, it wasn't like I was asking them to say like, "No, don't go," but they just watched us pick up all of our stuff and leave. Nobody was like, "Oh, sorry, we're like really busy."
They fucked up.
They just watched us vacate their business after having sat down and been there for like 10 minutes. I was amazed.
Do you think they went in the back and told somebody about it, or you just think they just went and let it go?
Then I went on, I was mad. So I went on Zomato or Yelp.
I thought you were gonna say Twitter.
And I was looking at reviews of the place, and there were reviews from like literally 3 hours earlier than that were like, "Yeah, we just went to the restaurant and we like couldn't get service at all, so we just left. So I'm giving it a 1 star." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what happened."
Rough night, apparently. Jeez.
I actually just don't understand. Like, this has been like a whole messed up day for them. We went to another restaurant and we had a wonderful time.
Well, you know, blessing in disguise then.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe they had like the shit team on that night. Nobody knew what was going on.
Must be the case, man. And I definitely, like, when I got up, I had like so much adrenaline pumping through my veins. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Those are those make or break moments where you're like, if this goes badly, I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life.
I already had the conversation like planned in my head.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's the worst part.
I was like, you had your chance.
You have it all planned out, and then at the moment when you need to actually deliver the words, nothing happens the way you want it to. Oh, fuck. I turned backward. Why did I do that?
the boss jump, I'm going too fast.
You can get bad setups when it gets procedurally generated badly.
I think that's maybe what happened, because, like...
Is it too low of a dip on the other side, or too steep?
I don't know. Like, even if I go over it, like, without jumping, it just puts up the caution tape, like, you're done. There we go. I slowed down on that one and made it. No, I'm not gonna tweet about it, because, like, you know, the free market will just squeeze them out. If their food is bad, people are still gonna pay for it and eat it. But if they don't end up serving anybody, it's gonna be hard to make money.
I mean, I assume there were other people at the restaurant eating food, right?
Nobody was eating. There was one dude with a milkshake, though. The restaurant was like...
So they were empty and you couldn't get service?
It was not that busy. Yeah, we were just very confused. And we started doing the math in our head. We're like, okay, well, if it takes us 15 minutes to even get asked like what we want to eat, by the time drinks come and the food comes, it could be like an hour and a half away from now.
Did they even give you menus?
They did give us menus.
Okay, well,
they kind of threw them down on the table, you know. I mean, this is maybe like I'm rationalizing it backwards, but they kind of threw them down like, here's your menu.
You stinking customer.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you? It was not McDonald's.
Could have gone to McDonald's afterward. Probably had a better experience.
Well, actually, we went to a place that was delicious, but we could have gone to McDonald's. It would have been better. We at least got served.
Could have gotten shakes there.
They do have milkshakes there. Tweeting about it just makes you look like a snob. I agree. Like, I already know that my opinion carries more value than the average citizens. I don't want to, you know, rub it in people's face.
I'm having such a bad run on my second try.
I'm on, like, try 5, so...
I'm gonna lose on the Highlands.
That would sure be embarrassing. I am going to start on the Highlands, and I'm going to try to build up as much HP as possible instead of trying to do as many backflips as possible.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I did almost no tricks. Maybe no tricks for the whole first run. Just want to get the job done. All right, got one more off of that one. Steep stunts, let's go.
I need to land 2 backflips, please. Thank you.
So what do you think about the taste of Red Bull?
I could take it or leave it, but I don't find it unpleasant.
I watched one of those like Irish people try videos, and they were doing tasting of Red Bull, and it seemed like universally every single person on that segment hated it. Just couldn't even taste it.
Oh, frig. They think it tastes like toothpaste.
One of them said it tastes like chemicals. Another one said mouthwash, I think. And I'm like, I have such a different experience. I do not get any of that. It just doesn't taste bad to me. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think it tastes amazing, but you know, I've consumed Red Bulls before, and I think they're okay.
And then Monster?
Never had it, actually.
Oh.
For real. I know it's like I might be in danger of losing my partnership. But yeah, for real. I've never had... I've only had Red Bull as far as energy drinks go.
Funny enough, Monster does give me the feeling that those people were describing with Red Bull. It like feels gritty and tastes awful, and I just don't enjoy it at all. So I'm very curious, what is it about genetic makeup that seems to determine why you hate one or the other?
How many... Have you ever gone through an energy drink phase?
Yeah. I mean, does Madrina's count?
No, absolutely. Coffee is... I mean, coffee is caffeine, but it's like... I think it's not bad for you. I'm not a doctor, but like... You know, I've never heard of somebody having 11 cups of coffee and then dying in a basketball game from a heart attack.
What's the bad for you part about, like, Red Bull, then? Too much sugar?
Yeah.
Because the coffee had sugar, too.
A lifetime supply of taurine in every glass.
I don't really know what taurine is. I assumed it was natural something or other. Bad assumption, I guess.
I think it's like is bull testosterone.
Yeah, I want to be like a bull. Yeah, let's do that.
It hardens your artery walls.
What?
I don't know about that.
Awful. I don't want that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. You're right, coffee can have sugar in it. I'm with you on
Oh,
that. I drink
what
black coffee though.
crap that was. The jump just pushes you so high in the air that you die always.
Oh, are you on Highlands boss jump?
I just did the boss jump and I failed.
I had to hit the brakes just before the end of the jump.
What do you mean coffee has sugar too? The Madrinas that I'm drinking usually has
That's
sugar.
correct.
It's like they have a black version, but it's like I think it's still got a tiny bit of sugar.
I think like I'm gonna be honest with you.
Butts.
I kind of hate canned black coffee. I think you have to put a little sweetener in it of some variety. Otherwise, like the metallic taste of the exactly,
Yeah.
it just makes it taste like motor oil.
I
But,
get it. It doesn't bother me with Madrinas, but I do know what you mean.
Like if we're drinking like Japanese cold coffee, there is cold black coffee, and I'm like, it's fine, but with like a little bit of sugar in it, I'm like, this is actually enjoyable.
Right. Well, I typically drink my coffee with like 2 teaspoons of sugar, which I know probably some people are gonna freak out about. But that's me.
Well, I mean, I think it's probably fine, but I don't know. I think I like to drink like 3 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah,
So
I have like
I kind
a
of
1 cup rule.
Yeah, I made a decision like early in my life that was like, well, if I'm gonna drink a lot of coffee, I'm not gonna put anything that's bad for me in it.
Seems like the right way to go. I'm compensating the other direction. I'm drinking the bad for you stuff, but I'm only drinking a little.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fair. Get 2 near misses.
Oh, I found an off-road course. No trails at all. You just get a compass. You just go nuts on the landscape.
Here's one I don't understand. Do you put like sugar in your tea?
Yeah.
Really?
1 teaspoon.
Like sugar in the coffee, I actually 100% get because it's bitter. But sugar in the tea or cream in the tea, I do not. I'm not British, so I'm not trying to act like I'm coming from on high in the tea category here, but I just don't get it.
I was gonna say all of your British fans are going to be outraged that you just said no cream in the tea.
They should know more than I do, admittedly.
No milk in the tea.
I don't get it. I'm like, the tea is already flavored nicely.
It's just a minor augmentation. I look at it like putting a little bit of salt on whatever you're eating.
I don't do that either, though.
So you just don't eat salt?
Well, I salt it while it's cooking instead of after it's on the plate.
Why?
We don't even have a salt shaker. I don't know. That's how Gordon Ramsay told me to do it.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that either. Like, why don't you want individually portioned salt?
I think it's the idea. I believe in the idea that the chef knows best.
Okay.
So like if I'm
when you're
the
chef.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
But like, Kate might not agree that you salted it exactly the way she wants.
See, the problem actually goes in the other direction.
Oh.
I oversalt relative to her standards, so
So don't salt it, and then you can salt your own.
But you have to salt it when it cooks.
Why?
Because it's part of the Maillard reaction. It helps make that delicious crust.
I actually didn't realize salt did anything like that.
Plus, when you cook, you use like the kosher salt. It's a little different than the table salt.
So there is an actual chemical reason to salt while you cook.
I mean, I have always thought so, but I might be talking out of my ass.
I'll respect it if it's real. I just don't know if it's real.
Some people said NL's right, and some people said NL's not right. So this seems like a question for Google.
The duality of everyone. This is why I need to cook more? But what? So
it's
I
not
know
part of the
answer?
Maillard reaction, but it is part of the cooking process.
But why?
It brings out the flavors of the food. I don't know if that makes sense.
It'll bring it out later.
I don't know, dude. It just seems very... It seems gauche to salt food at the table.
Sure.
We don't even own a dang salt shaker. But it's not about this. It's about tea, okay?
Yeah.
In the end, like, you know, you like what you like, for sure. Wait, I just realized, Nick, why I like the courses with tracks is because I know where I'm going.
Oh, you found an off-road.
I'm on an off-road one, and I just have no idea.
Just follow the compass. You'll have a great time.
Follow the compass?
Little arrow on the compass at the top.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's all you do.
Oh, the rock came out of nowhere, man.
I hear you on that. That about 4 times the rocks just recently.
Shit.
I think they're still kind of tweaking some of the procedural generation algorithms because, like, they know there's moments when it creates an unfair situation, and when the game is rather punishing as it is, you know, that could be a little frustrating. You get really far and then just totally break it.
Yeah, I'm dead again. Rock just came out of... Well, I mean, it didn't come out of nowhere. It's been there for like a million years, but I came out of
You're
nowhere.
The one that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking zygotes.
When you order coffee at like a restaurant, what's your order? You would like a 2 sugars, cream and sugar?
Well, they never asked. You put the sugar in yourself.
But they... Like, what if you went to like a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts?
I would usually get like a mocha latte, so then it's just built in.
Yeah, it's packaged in right from the start.
But anything else, you put the sugar in yourself.
Or you don't put it in yourself.
Or you don't.
As the case might be.
Some health gurus say you should drink lots of water and avoid salt. Please don't actually do that. But you should drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't avoid
salt. We talked about it yesterday. Tom Brady drinks 37 glasses of water a day.
What?
Literally. Bear, are you still here? What is wrong with Tom Brady?
That's a lot of water. Holy hell.
He drinks 37 glasses of water a day and kisses his kids on the mouth. And his dad. I don't even know which one of those is worse.
Or
if either of them are bad.
Maybe neither are bad.
Yeah.
I lost again. You don't actually need 8 glasses of water a day. It won't hurt you if you do it.
This is like the one conversation we have on this show that makes me actually mad.
Why?
Because you don't need 8 glasses of water a day. But why is this the thing that people like cling to for health advice instead of like don't eat fried corn with powdered cheese on it?
Yeah, I guess people really don't want to be dehydrated, so they like go over above and beyond with it.
If I go to the bathroom twice over the course of an NLSS, people in chat are like, he's got diabetes, he drinks too much water. You know, if you drink too much water, your kidneys flush out all the useful salts from your body. Meanwhile, people are like, whenever we talk about pizza, they're like, well, I've had pizza like 6 times in the past 4 days. I'm like, we were focusing as a society on the wrong issues here.
Well, you can drink more or less water. Just, you know, don't flood yourself out and don't drink no water, and you'll probably be good. Drink when you're thirsty.
I 100% believe that as long as you're not purposely trying to kill yourself via thirst or like overhydration, you're probably fine.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's very difficult to actually flood yourself out like that. You actually pretty much have to try.
I've gone through phases in my life where I probably drank like, you know, 5 or 6 liters of water a day. Mm-hmm. You kind of like, you get unpleasant.
Are you working on just like clear pee? Is that the whole point?
Well, it's just like, you know, I'm bored. What am I gonna do? Drink some water, I guess. You never have that?
I've been bored, yeah. I don't usually solve it with water, but, you know, I guess I get what you mean.
If you go to like a Japanese restaurant and the service is slow, but they give you tea,
yeah,
I could probably drink like at least 2 or 3 liters of tea in the restaurant, and I would be fine.
I guess it could be like nervous eating, only you're drinking water because there's no harm in that.
It's more just like, it's boredom. It's not really nervous. It's just like, hey, I got a cup with some liquid in front of me. Does the liquid feel pleasant to consume? Yeah. All right, let's take a little bit in.
But then you just keep doing it for hours?
Well, hopefully not hours. Like I'm also the kind of person where as soon as like the food comes, I'm like, oh, can we get the bill, please?
Right.
I want to get the hell out of here, but.
Oh, that seems a bit much. Don't they want to pitch you on the coffee and the dessert?
I have, you know, it's been a big year for me, so I have moved into the maybe I'll get a coffee for dessert bracket recently. I gotta be honest, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
It makes me feel cultured. Yep. It makes me feel cultured sometimes because they go, would you like something for dessert? And I go, yes, can I have an espresso? And then they go, yes, sir, what variety? And I go, surprise me. And the real answer is, I got no fucking clue. what any varieties of espresso are. So I'm gonna be surprised either way. You could bring me a number 1 and I'd be surprised.
I like, though, that fills in a whole backstory for them. You're this, like, edgy entrepreneurial type, and you just want to, like, let the world take you where it takes you.
Exactly, dude. I'm yes man, Jim Carrey.
What's up with drinking coffee, though, at, like, 9, 10 p.m. after your dinner? I know that's, like, a European thing, but I don't really get it.
I think I actually agree with you. Like, we eat dinner late, but I'll still sometimes get like an espresso or even a coffee afterwards. Because like,
there's no hate about it. I just don't get it.
I go to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah. So most of the time it's like pretty not a problem. But yeah, I don't know. They live life a little easier over there in Europe, I guess.
Well, Lynn says it's because it's tasty, and that's fair enough. That's a good reason to do it. I'm just thinking like the sleep would suffer.
What about like do people drink decaf in Europe? Is that like a thing that's known?
I don't know. Lynn, you represent all of Europe, please. Decaf, what's the universal opinion over there?
Like, I'm gonna level with you. I went on a bit recently that was like, I don't really understand. I understand why decaf exists, but I don't understand why it holds like, it's like we got a light roast, dark roast, decaf. I'm like, you should have like 6 roasts and then a little tin of decaf.
Get this, they do have decaf.
Whoa, no way.
Wow. It's for the Americans when they go, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Well, I think like, I completely understand decaf. Decaf is when you have a habit of drinking coffee or you like the taste of coffee a lot, but you don't want the caffeinated effects.
Yes.
But like when I go to 7-Eleven and there's a big carafe of decaf, I'm like, who is getting this? That's like, it's not like an artisan thing. It's just like, it's like pretty not amazing coffee.
Maybe they're weaning off.
I don't understand. Wouldn't you rather just get like something else that actually tastes good? Like I'll get a 7-Eleven coffee, but I'm getting it because I want the caffeine.
Oh. I hit the train.
Oh no. Is that -2?
Bail -1. That's a -1.
That's not too bad then.
I just hit it and fell back down.
What the fuck? I got killed on Firewatch. It's actually, when you go through the thing, it's called Firewatched?
Yeah.
They get us.
That's the thing that I went to go through, but then just didn't, and then fell down, and then went around.
I'm having a landmark run.
Nice. Well, see if you can beat Canyon 2. That'll be my record.
Very, very, very slow.
I did unlock the shortcut last time I played for the forest, but I'm starting at the beginning every time, all the way at the start.
Yeah, it's like the Spelunky technique, right?
Pregnant ladies take decaf. People who like the taste but don't like the effects because they get caffeine jitters. But then why are they getting it at 7-Eleven?
I guess maybe like the answer is maybe as simple as it sounds, that they like 7-Eleven coffee, and that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to stop drinking it because some asshole on the internet said you should. But like, I don't know. I feel like I get non-alcoholic beer. I'm like, yeah, you got like, you're recovering from having a problem. That's okay. But coffee, I'm like, nobody. I don't know. Maybe there is a psychological effect that I'm not paying enough attention to. But
what about those hot dogs?
To me,
you getting the hot dogs there?
No, because I buy like, sometimes at 7-Eleven I'll buy like a pre-made wrap or something, and it's not great, but I'm like, it might be a little better than a hot dog.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
I felt like there was the joke about like the gas station sushi, like why would you ever buy X food at a gas station? And the answer, well, I mean, for sushi it's fairly obvious, but the answer is like, you're hungry and it might be okay, because sometimes it is. I'm talking about like a turkey sandwich more so than the sushi.
I don't like to buy food at a gas station, but I'm kind of getting over it.
It's prepackaged, and it's not like they're usually making it there. It's usually brought in, just sits on a shelf.
I get like a chicken Caesar wrap, and it's like, this chicken just isn't right. This is chicken that people like ate in at KFC, and they left some meat on the bone, and then gross. Like some like I don't even know, like a filter feeder organization came in and like boiled the rest of the meat off and then turns it into cubes and then sends it to 7-Eleven.
That's vile.
It's okay though, because they just slather it in like Caesar dressing. So
there's also different types of gas stations. They're not all created equal. There's the really greasy ones. You maybe stay away there.
This is not a joke, unless, and I put in the due diligence to try to figure out if this was an Onion or a Beaverton article, which is the Canadian version of the Onion.
Yeah.
There is one Michelin-starred location in Canada, and it's a gas station in Manitoba.
Damn.
I swear to you.
That's impressive.
Before you say I'm lying, look it up, okay?
Just yell at Rob instead.
Exactly. Yell at Rob instead. I swear to you, I Googled it. The articles are from like the actual CBC, not the satirical news wing of the CBC. Go look it up. There's interviews that could have been faked, admittedly, but there's the gas station owners were like, yeah, we don't really get it, but like people really like the chicken fingers. Go look it up.
All right, I found a problem with the algorithm. There's a corkscrew that is at a bit too steep of an angle coming off this hill, and you will just die when you go into it. So I have to avoid it.
When you go like up the corkscrew, your body just
you just keep going into the wall and then bail.
Yeah. It's real. Thank you. Yeah, so there's one Michelin-starred restaurant in Canada, and it's a gas station.
Is that hard to believe? I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but like, sure.
There's many things about it, that are hard to believe. One is, out of all of there's some really good food in the cities in Canada. I can't speak for the towns, but I assume so as well. So for there to be no other places with a Michelin star is a little crazy. And then, for there to be, for them to have been like, nah, you're good, it's the gas station. Like, that's where we're gonna make our exception, is the gas station.
No, okay, I messed up. Apparently I was just going too fast into the loop. The devs here saying I was going 50 kilometers an hour.
No, there's your problem. Michelin doesn't rate restaurants in Canada? Well, what about the gas station? NL, it's not real. I'm open to this.
Oh, now it's not.
But give me the proof. I'm open to this. Why isn't it real? Because I will admit, it seemed implausible to me.
It's fine to me.
Okay, I would like to restart.
I'll take it. I'll try the chicken fingers.
I insulate myself against fake news. Okay?
Oh god.
So if I miss something, I want to know so I can inoculate myself to it in the future.
Dude, this game's so intense.
It says satire at the top. Well, okay. I mean, that's probably enough proof for some people, but I'm a scholar, so.
Sorry, I'm doing like front wheelies and then slamming into the barriers after the checkpoint.
I thought the gas station was called SA Tire. It was like a South American barbecue place.
South American Tire.
Exactly. Award-winning satire with Pat Kelly and Peter Oldring. I don't believe his name.
Oldring.
I think his name is satirical.
Do you guys spell tire with a Y up there?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. That one messed me up a little bit because I forgot that was a thing, and then I was like, oh, right, Ireland, we're using Ys again. Yep.
Yeah.
Not thrilled with that. I think we should all
spell things the same.
I'm fine with spelling most things however you want. Just for some reason, tire with a Y doesn't feel right.
Well, we've really changed Y so that like it only shows up almost exclusively at the end of words.
Yeah.
Or like it's the very, very start of a word, but.
Oh my gravy.
But I mean, if we're being honest, and I say this as someone who's got a Y in his name, Y is one of those letters we can get rid of.
Sometimes Y.
What does a Y do that an I doesn't? They can both make the I sound, they can both make the E sound.
The whole argument comes down to why not?
No, you wouldn't just call me Ran. You'd call me Ryan with an I, like I was a director of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi or something.
Didn't make it to the canyon.
think you got time for one more.
Go back to the menu and type love into the redeem code. Okay.
Don't you dare. We have a solemn duty as video game journalists to portray the game as the average player would see it.
Well, that's nice.
And to get all sorts of handouts like in-game helmets and goggles, this injustice will not stand.
They just gave me a little balloon. It's nice.
Well, now you gotta disclose that whenever you play this game.
I will.
The developers at Rage Squid gave me a little balloon.
It's a flag heart. It's just a little heart sits on the back of your bike. It's cute. Thanks for that.
I can't let this cat into my room.
Can you let him into your heart?
Of course, he's always in my heart, like Phil Collins on the Tarzan soundtrack. I bought yesterday, because I'm a romantic, I bought Kate a dozen red roses. And then she was like, that's really sweet. And I was like, thank you. I know. And then we're like, we gotta keep the cats from eating these because they're not poisonous, but I still don't think they should be eating these flowers.
They'll get red all over their insides.
Well, and they're like $8 a flower.
Also
helps. Each one of these is like a foot-long sandwich, basically, right? So
somebody should eat them.
Well, so we have to hide and sequester the flowers so that the cats don't eat them.
All right, here's an idea. Next year for Valentine's, get a glass box. And then the year after that, you can put the roses in the glass box.
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing the cats will do about that unless they knock the glass box over, which, you know, to be fair, Ruka might do. It's a pretty wild guy.
Like, completely plausible. He's super intelligent now.
I know.
Like, it's actually... Oh, I'm dead.
I've heard he's been hitting escape to try and get you to escape the computer, and then he hits F1 to say help to the chat.
Yeah, he hits help and escape over and over. And then beyond that, he fell in love with, like, these treats that were in one of the meow boxes, like the loot crate for yuppies, but also for their cats, you know? So,
I wouldn't have said it.
It's like freeze-dried, real, all-white chicken breast. And the first time he had it, he was like, this is good. And I was like, hey, buddy, it's like real meat. Don't you feel good? And he's like, yeah.
I really do.
Every day from that point on, I would hear like, and I'd come out, and he's climbing all the furniture in the house trying to get up to the upper area where we keep the treats in.
Oh, yeah, he smells them up there.
I give him a little treat, and then I put them in a cupboard, so he has like actually no chance to open them. Kate tells me yesterday she saw him trying to open with his paw the tin we keep the other treats in. That's also like 8 feet off the ground. Like he'd gone up, knocked it over, and then like tries to pry open the tin that is the treats with his paw. He's
telling me,
like,
you seen a Ruka on the counter? It wasn't him.
It was him. You reward his behavior? Well, yeah, when he tries, if he begs for treats, he doesn't get any treats. If he executes like a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible to get treats, hell yeah, I give him treats. I want to like reward that survival instinct. In case anything ever happens to us, he's gonna be fine.
Well, he's gonna eat your bodies.
That's also fine by me. Please do.
That would keep him alive a while.
A long time, I'd imagine, until we go bad.
Ooh, bad egg smell. Teach him to sit on his back feet and do the thing where he puts his front paws together and then stands up and goes, like, begs. That's real cute.
Not gonna live, not gonna lack. He's too alpha for that, honestly.
Yeah, I guess.
Nick, have you written a will?
No. You're gonna tell me I should write a will now?
I've been, well, we're flying to the war-torn region of South Korea,
that's
right?
A dark thought, yeah.
My parents are like, you gotta make a will. So I gotta like, just add that to my to-do list for this weekend.
That's just a weekend deal? That's not like a longer...
Apparently, so there's like there's a will and there's a way, but you can actually make like an ad hoc will, which is you just like on a piece of paper by yourself alone, you write like, if I die, all of my stuff goes to blank.
If I die before a week, I give Ruka the treats to take.
Hush, little baby.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so like you can make up at least in Canada, that's like an actual legally executable document. But you can also make a more itemized will that's like, you know, if I die, give my 100,000 subscriber plaque to Mathis. You know, and then
He's
like
got one already, doesn't he? He doesn't
that's
need
why
two.
I don't want mine to be lonely.
Oh.
I'll give it to Mathis, and he'll find a good home for it. I'll give Dan my Fortnite cosmetics. Nick, you can have my Isaac save file.
Oh, sweet.
And those are all of my worldly possessions, more or less.
All right, well, I'd rather you don't die, because I really don't need the Isaac file that bad.
Well, dude, like, I'm gonna try not to.
That's pretty much the only condition. God damn.
I lived there for like 6 years, so I'm not nervous at all. But my parents are like, you know.
Well, times change.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I don't know. Like, I know that Kim Jong-un is crazy, obviously. Like, anything could happen, but I'm genuinely not anxious about it at all.
What if the end of the Olympics is like a mere reflection of Inglourious Bastards?
I mean, that'd be pretty, I mean, terrible to be in the audience for,
That's
I
what
suppose.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Get out of there.
I mean, like,
get out of
as
there.
much as it might be a good thing for the world, I don't really want to see it up close and personal.
I've died. I think Canyon 2 is going to be my record.
All right, I got 1 life left on Forest 2, so we got a ways to go.
Lil Winery
We'll see,
asks,
though.
can NL, can I have your copy of London 2012 if you die?
I mean, digitally, someone's got to take the Steam library, right? So, I don't know. Who wants it?
Maybe you can get an executor to auction it off for a charity or something.
The charity would be my wife, for sure. Because I'm still rocking this, like, life insurance policy I got when I was in my last year of university, where they're like, if you pay us $1 a day, when you die, we'll give you $1. And I was like, that's a great deal. So definitely all proceeds from that sale definitely go to Kate.
$1 a day, they give you $1.
It's a good deal. It's so cheap. You know, it's like when you're 18, you pay them 25 cents a month, and then when you're old and you need it, it's there for you.
Do they give you $1 every day for the rest of your life? Because that's still a bad deal.
Yeah, that would be $0, wouldn't it?
Well, for the rest of the next person's life.
Ah, well, I mean, that might be a good deal then if you live forever.
Maybe.
Although $1 with inflation is probably not worth that much.
Probably outlive the insurance company.
Yeah. They'll have to go bankrupt.
Legally, you lose your Steam library when you die. That's actually a fair
What do you
point.
mean you lose it when you die?
I think it becomes property of Valve again, so they can sell it again.
There's no property, though.
Yeah, no, I know, you never owned it.
Yeah, but, like, what are they going to sell? Like, they don't get any inventory.
That was the joke. I mean, like, you never owned it in the first place, so when you die, it becomes a non-entity.
I see.
It just
Gabe,
evaporates
don't do that,
like a
okay?
ghost.
Whatever. Everyone be cool. I'm just going to give her my login.
Is there a way that I can, like, not have them take my library back when I die?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that they got other things to do. They're probably just going to let it sit there on a dormant account.
I think they'll know. Somebody's gonna tell them.
We got a suspicious lack of activity from this account lately. Get the obituary patrol on
I'm
it.
usually activating like 3 games a day on that sucker. All of a sudden, just flatline.
Dude, I know that it's actually just business, but anytime I get a so-called account alert and it's like, the developer has rescinded your access.
Yeah, it makes me so depressed.
Every time I'm like,
worst.
what did I do wrong? And then I check my email, and the email is like, hey, we moved to a new branch, so here's your code. But I'm like,
oh, I don't get those emails. It's just gone. They just take them. And it's not the end of the world. They're usually like, it's an $8.99 game. I just don't have access. Whatever. But I hate that yellow box with it that's like so scary.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, you can't proceed until you've acknowledged that you've seen this. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. We've compromised to a permanent end.
Chat, if you feel worried or jealous not knowing what I'm talking about, don't feel jealous. It's actually awful. There's a secret message that can come up saying that someone's removed a game from your library and you can never have it back.
Yeah.
You have to acknowledge it.
All right, let's go, team. It's the boss jump. Let's go.
WDW indeed.
Wow, that boss jump is actually impossible.
Shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, Robert.
Oh, okay. Discord was broken. I came in and I said, "What's up, you punk bitches?" and I yelled it, and then You guys just kind of kept talking.
No, I didn't hear you until just now.
Yeah, Discord was all bugged out.
Mine is you. Oh, I was just behind something. All right. Well, we can come back in 3 minutes, play some golf with your friends, non-experimental branch. See you soon.
Okay.
Well, what up, you punk bitches, though?
How's it going, Robert?
Pretty good. I'm drinking some powdered tea and water.
Oh.
Any sugar?
No, it comes with like a lot of sugar in it already.
Fair enough.
So.
Yeah.
Powder is it like a powdered Arizona iced tea?
It's Lipton, but yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You know, same kind of idea. It's delicious, actually.
Do you have Nest tea in America?
Made of nests.
Do.
Yes.
But Nestle is maybe one of the most evil corporations on planet Earth, so I
That being
try
said,
to
it's
avoid.
also not that good anyway, so it's not a huge deal to lose out on.
That's the other thing about it. Yeah, it makes it really easy because I don't really like Nestle products.
I
But,
drank a lot of it as a kid.
Yeah,
I like
I
that
did
gold
too.
leaf. I think that's all right.
I did the. Well, Nestle also does the chocolate milk, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They also had the
Tried that.
strawberry milk, I believe.
That's right.
It was like a big
Lipton
thing.
is owned by Nestle.
Oh no!
No.
See,
Let me
you
see.
shouldn't have told
Lipton
me
is a
that.
British brand owned by the company Unilever. Unilever. Let me 1 second. Because now you got
Vision.
Okay.
Brazil.
Did I ever tell you? So I used to live in a duplex with my parents and my grandparents, and my grandpa always watched Univision.
I'll be right back.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then I was like, "That's weird." I didn't know he spoke Spanish, and I got older, and I was like, "It's just because the weather ladies have big boobs." 100%.
It's like that
Also, they-
scene
they
in
speak
Always Sunny. Hmm.
They do. Oh no, Unilever's
Oh, what the hell?
Unilever's largest competitors are Nestle and Procter and Gamble.
Oh, okay.
So you're supporting Unilever.
I'm safe.
Yeah,
now.
although I think like there's
All of
I
them
mean
do all
in the
shit,
in the
yeah.
section here that says environmental record, that's like 40% of the Wikipedia article, so it might be full of good news, but
Yeah, I doubt it as well.
you never know, right?
You can't really win in the modern Western civilized society. Like
It's,
I was curious about what was
I
happening.
was gonna say, I
thought-
like that NLSS bit where we turn a vacuum on and nobody acknowledges it at all.
yeah.
You're just sucking him out of the air.
No apology
You can
necessary.
invite now.
I'll consider forgiving you someday.
Dude, you know, like, you're really right that you can't win. Because,
Yeah.
like, I had to buy some barbecue sauce yesterday, but I
Yeah.
was in a bougie grocery store that only sells local products.
Yeah.
So, how much would you expect to pay for, like, a standard size barbecue sauce?
Like $3 maybe.
$4.99 tops.
I think
Yeah.
those are both very fair bounds. This barbecue sauce was $9.99.
Get out of here! Don't
That's
buy that.
insane.
No, I'm
And it only came in a jar.
That's
So
What
if you
is
ever want to
wrong
use
with
barbecue
this?
sauce, you got to get a utensil dirty.
That's just insane. Why?
It's too much. What are you even gonna use the You just make barbecue sauce at that.
No, but I'm not gonna.
point.
No, the opportunity cost it
Make
makes
sauce.
it worth it.
You could just
Well,
raise
it
your
doesn't
own
make it
barbecue
$10.
plants
Hey, chat,
and-
make sauce.
Dude, for $10, I'd rather make my own barbecue sauce than get a $10 jar where I have to keep, getting a butter knife out for.
I mean, I'm so okay with Canadian to U.S. conversion. It is probably like $8, but still, it's way expensive for a barbecue sauce.
Is it very good barbecue sauce?
I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, see, that's
It's not
like I
gonna
would-
cut it. It's got to be really
That's-
Yeah,
good.
that's
I would
not-
say it's better than like I don't know it's better than like A1 steak sauce, but
yeah, that's
it's not really a
bar.
barbecue sauce. But you know what I mean.
Speaking of making things yourself, I watch a lot of binging with Babish, and
Uh-huh.
his thing is he always like makes everything from scratch. And like every time he makes something complicated from scratch, like a dough, he's just like, yeah, don't do this. It's just a waste of time.
Thank you. I very much appreciate that line of reasoning.
I agree with that sentiment, actually. Like, with like anything dough related is, I hate working with dough at all times.
What about batter?
It's like every kind of dough has a different set of like incredibly important timing and ingredient rules that are like, add half of the water, at 5 seconds later, add 1/8 of the next water, ice water, and then don't mix, fold. It's like, no.
That's why being a baker is a whole different thing from being a chef. It's like a lot harder sometimes.
It really is. Like,
what about being a candlestick maker, though?
Yeah.
Good one.
Like baking is like a science formula that you have to follow, whereas like if you're just like cooking something on the stovetop, you can just kind of like, you know, fuck around, see what happens. You know what I mean?
Dad, he bakes a lot of bread and like pizza dough, and they make their own pasta and stuff like that. And they're older, they have time, they're good. We're all still climbing the mountain, you know? Like, I don't have time for that kind of stuff. Like, whenever I go there, it's nice because I get to spend time with them. But he'll be like, hey, we're going to make some pizza dough together so we can have pizza tomorrow. And he's like, look at how easy it is. And I'm like, yeah, it's really easy as long as you're going to be staying in your apartment for the next 7 hours to do the 3-second steps that have to happen at each of these critical intervals.
Yeah.
It is easy. It's never like there's a time where he's like, okay, and now like do a triple integral in your head. Like, it's literally just like, put this on.
I would eat that pizza, though. That would be cool. Math pizza.
That sounds pretty cool, yeah.
It would look like a fractal or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, because that's the other thing with dough is like, it's not even just the annoying process of kneading the dough and like mixing all the things together and getting wet flour on your hands, which is just gross. But then you also have to, like, you know, let it sit for an hour. Like, no, I want to cook it now. I want this bread.
Well, it's not gonna be good now.
I need it now.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, people are like, you're trying to bread-splain to me right now. You're explaining like, it's really easy to make your own bread. You're like making it sound harder. I've made my own bread many times.
As have I.
The bread that you make
I have not.
is so much better than the bread that you buy, but the opportunity cost makes it untenable for me. I would rather eat worse bread than make my own bread. If it gives me like a little bit more free time, I'm absolutely okay with that value proposition.
I've made bread
Somebody
in a
in
bread
chat
maker.
said I went to culinary school, and well, I mean, the bread maker's a whole different. That's like, you're still making your own bread at that point.
Yeah, it was like as much work as the bread itself, wasn't it? It smelled really nice, though. I will say that.
It does make your place smell nice. Someone in chat was like, I went to culinary school, and it's very easy to make your own bread. Yo,
Fuck off! You went to culinary school.
You went to culinary school. First off, you shouldn't want us to make our own bread because it challenges your industry.
No, they're
If I'm making
their
my own
passion.
bread, I'm not going out to East Side Mario's and getting your bread. And then secondly, you went to school for it. A special school just for that.
Speaking of which, it's really hard to start streaming. No one should try it. Just give up now.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to
I
stream.
have a PhD in artificial intelligence. Machine learning is actually really simple.
Look,
I'm not up to date with the bits right now, so I don't know.
It's not. It's not.
But
It's not that it's a complex process, but like compared to other cooking tasks, it's time intensive and like it's just kind of annoying, to be honest. Like most of the time, like the most you got to do to cook other dishes is you got to chop some shit, and that's like pretty easy. With the dough, you gotta. It's just the whole process. Too much.
dude, let me give you the alternative because Nick was talking about batter. Whenever we get a meal from our Blue Apron thing that has a batter or a breading involved, I'm stoked. I'm actually like this. First off, I get to eat a breaded meat, and that's just like one of the great pleasures of life to begin with. And then secondly, I'm like, this isn't that bad. You got breadcrumbs or like cornstarch or flour or something. You got an egg, and you just dip and you roll, and then you put it in the pan. It's easy.
Yeah.
Is that how you start your day? Got an egg.
I would not eat a breaded meat for breakfast. That would.
It's funny because he's an egg.
I see.
Hey.
Rob, what's your take on homemade burrito meta? I made a burrito today, technically, I suppose.
What do you mean, technically?
Oh, here we go. You're gonna it's not gonna be a burrito at all, and chat's gonna lose their mind.
It's actually an inverted torta.
It was a breakfast burrito, so I mean, like, it's not
actually more of a brunch burrito once you've listened to it.
There was an avocado.
There was eggs and bacon and cheese in a tortilla. That's what it was. So if you want to call that a burrito, I do. Then by all means, I call it a breakfast burrito.
Why were we mad at your breakfast bagel the other day? It looked perfectly fine. I don't know what the problem was.
It's because it's not from New York.
I agree that the breakfast bagel was fine. People were like, "Go roast Rob for his food picture," and I was like, "What's the roast?"
Wrong?
Oh, were people mad in your chat about that?
They weren't mad, but I think they were like, "Hey, Dad, do the bit where you make fun of Rob's food," and I was like, "There's nothing to make fun of. That looked fine."
Yeah, it was delicious. I even self-deprecated in the tweet and said, "I know it looks like, you know, shitty food porn, but it's delicious," and it was.
When I asked what was wrong, people were like, "It's on a paper plate," and I was like, "Yeah, I know."
That shouldn't be surprising.
Welcome to 2016.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
It's not really surprising at this point, or at least it shouldn't be.
Or maybe it could also have been like they wanted me to say bagel
Okay,
incorrectly, so I'm still not sure if maybe the joke is still on me.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh no!
Let's go.
Bagel was good. You guys checked it out? I'm glad. Yeah, it was delicious. It was very good.
Yeah, the paper plates. That was 2016.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, at least
is that when that meme first started?
Well, it was probably when we started playing London 2012 again, which was in 2016 because the Summer Olympics were happening. I remember it was a twinkle in somebody's eye. That would be like, wouldn't it be funny if we played London 2012? Who would have known? No!
Who'd have thought the technology from 2012 still lives up to these days?
People were linking Vancouver 2010, but I think we looked into it and no copies actually exist on Earth, or they're like $100.
When I wanted to play London 2012 with other people, we went and looked for the game, and we actually had someone in chat go on an investigative spree looking for this game at a reasonable price. People were selling it for $150.
Yeah. Really blew up the market.
And eventually he came, he's like, "Yeah, I got a guy." It's like a fucking drug deal. He's like, "I got a guy." He says he has lots of codes. I got you.
You gotta meet in a parking lot after 7 p.m.
That's what it felt like.
Rob claimed it was a New York thing. Well, it kind of is.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, and then his assuredness makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, because there was a guy on Twitter who had had to argue about because people, for some reason, I don't know why, like whenever I mention something is a New York thing, people freak out about it.
Because they think you're taking it away from them.
They do also have them elsewhere.
Of course they do. I can get a Philly cheesesteak in New York. It doesn't mean that it's a New York thing.
Do you think you can get a better Philly cheesesteak in New York than you could get in Philly?
Probably not.
Okay. See it? I'm just trying to see where you stand.
Isn't it just a respect thing? There may be better ones anywhere else, but we just have to say it's theirs.
Yeah,
because it is. It's a Philly cheesesteak is a Philly thing. It just is.
Not quite.
And so, by the way, to that point, though, if you really wanted to find my full opinion on that, go ahead and read that thread where I cite many different historical sources about bagels and their history in America and all that shit. I did all of that, so by all means, go ahead and take a look.
I had a bagel sandwich in Utah the other day. I don't know why you say it's a New York thing.
I had a bagel sandwich today.
Well, there you go, Rob. Case closed.
Yep, you're right.
We're proud
it was
of
from
these...
a place called New York's Best Bagels. That's not true.
It says right in
it's
the label.
probably a place, to be honest.
We're proud of these things being New York things because of our proud history of immigration and being a cultural melting pot. So when we take ownership, it's not about being better than other people. It's just about being proud of the tradition of having lots of people meeting up.
But it's also about being better than other people.
Plus, I mean, there is like just like it's not even taking ownership of a thing. It's like citing an origin point to a thing, right? Like,
well, actually, bagels as a concept were made in Lithuania by Russian Jewish Orthodox rabbis.
My point is, like you think that when somebody had a spicy chicken wing before, you think they always called them buffalo wings? No, they call them buffalo wings because they were well, again, maybe not invented, but their origin point is Buffalo, New York,
where the buffaloes used to live before we clipped their wings.
Yeah. Do you think people looked at that dude who invented bagels like he was fucking crazy? He's like, hey, I've got a great idea. You just hear me out. We're gonna boil the bread before we bake it.
I think they were probably like, why'd you make a hole in it?
Dude,
less bread.
If Ethan Klein said that and it was like in a weird black and white thing of his New York apartment, everybody'd be like, this guy's nuts. I mean, he did the bit with the egg.
I don't understand. Like, do bagels have a hole in them because they used to be put on like a rod to be sold, or is it like
I don't know?
The hole makes it cook
they'd wrap them around the rod and then lower it into the oil, right?
Oh, wait, the oil?
Isn't the finishing bit they put them in the water and then they do the oil at the end?
Are they fried? I thought they were like.
Maybe I'm thinking of donuts. I think I'm thinking of donuts.
Boiled and then baked or something.
Yeah, I believe they're boiled first and then baked.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Mm-hmm. There were people in your chat arguing about buffalo wings too, and like honestly, there is no argument to be had with people like that. I think you just can't argue with. If he said, fine, yeah, Philly cheesesteak's not from Philly, nothing's from anywhere, and we shouldn't care about anything. Fine.
Well, I mean, like all of the matter on Earth originally came from when the sun exploded during the Big Bang.
We're all made of stardust, so nothing matters, and the world's gonna.
Soon we're not even gonna be matter.
I never go this way. How do you go this way? You don't go that way. That seems silly.
No, you go this way. It's fine. We got it under control.
Better not block me. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I'm mad. That's
actually,
mad.
I don't hate that way. It's not so bad.
Yeah, it seemed okay.
I went through like the foot, and I was like, oh, I can go through that. And then I shot it, and I was like, nah, I can't go through that. Bounced me right back.
Oh. You can. Well, you're still gonna win by like 18 strokes, I think. Yeah, this is a pretty good one. I know that the Big Bang wasn't the sun exploding. You just fell right into my trap, you madman.
I mean, technically, like the sun's matter was there.
That's true.
Exploded,
yeah,
so
true.
like, in like a grammatical sense, you could say the sun exploded along with the rest of everything else. So technically, what he said wasn't wrong. Chat.
Was it definitionally even the sun yet at that point?
He said the word wrong.
Yeah, it did.
Nick, have you played hockey yet? You played hockey,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm like the last 3 golf with your friends segments don't exist in my brain because they're like
we played it with Hafu when we were infected with some sort of weird virus, and there were like
internet
people
terrorists kept showing up and breaking our game and forcing us to never leave the purgatory of hole 1.
I'm sorry, it didn't explode. It just expanded very quickly. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not a good voice at all.
Chat. That's you. That's your voice.
So, it's also our voice, though.
About
I know, but it's theirs
then?
too, and they have to own up to it.
Dude, so the anime thing, I don't even want to go down this road.
I kind of do, so that chat can be mad at someone else.
All right, well, let me start out by explaining what Darling in the Franxx is, because I think that's a good anime that we should all talk about.
Okay.
We're big balls.
Imagine a world that's like
basketball.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh, I didn't realize we were playing basketball.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's a post-apocalyptic world where there's like big-ass bugs or like rock monsters that want to kill all the humans, and the humans are in little colony ships floating around on top of the planet, right? So they need someone to defend their colonies from these giant bug monsters.
Is it a high school student?
Exactly right.
That's so needlessly dismissive, even though you're right.
All children, from the time children are born, are meant to be pairs, a boy and a girl, and they're called parasites in this world. And what they're meant to do is they're meant to have the best relationship they can and be perfectly in sync, so they can pilot a mech that they use to fight these giant-ass robot rock monster things. And what they have to do is, because they're in a relationship, they'll get inside of the mech, and then the woman will go down in the doggy-style position.
Whoa!
Nice!
And then the man will get behind her and
they're
then
high schoolers. Not nice!
Grab the side of her hips.
Oh, right, yeah, never mind.
And then they'll start moaning for a while, and then the ship will take off and they'll fight.
Is this a porno?
No. Why would you say that?
All right.
So, I'd like to think that I come across somewhat nuanced in these conversations. As much as I would love to blame that show's existence on the concept of anime, people on Twitter were like, I love anime and that show sucks. So I'm not gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater necessarily.
I never personally espoused that all anime is bad.
Like 98% of it is. Though.
Austin's the one catching the heat.
Okay, devil's advocate though, 98% of like all media is bad. Though.
Nah, like 80% of all media is bad.
Counterpoint: 98% of all media is anime.
That's true. It is anti-niche.
That was a surprising non-reaction to Darling in the Franxx synopsis.
Does sound pretty crazy.
I can't go in on the absurdity of anime because people are like, they feel genuinely cyberbullied, and it makes me mad but also sad because I'm like, we joked about eating human beings on this show, and people are like, that was a great bit. And then, you know, Austin I think would say that his own opinion is a little bit ignorant. But he's like, I think all anime is bad, and if you watch it, you're bad. And people are like, this brings up such bad memories for me of when I like couldn't talk about anime with anybody without being laughed at. And I'm like, why is this the one thing on this show that...
I mean, to be fair, I can't relate to having something I can't talk about with others that's personal to me. So I understand.
Yeah, I do feel bad about chat feeling like they're being cyberbullied. Yeah.
That came up in discussion a few times, and I'm not throwing this dude out either, who like made the post on Reddit, because you know, I think he has a point, even if I think I don't know, fully agree with it, obviously. But many times he said, especially with Austin being a furry, and I was like, that's just it's like rude at this point to just bring it up like 3 times in the same post, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that's why you never tell the truth. Always lie.
Yeah. Why is anime being bad even a discussion to be had?
We joke about a lot on this show.
Like, no, I just don't know why though that thing of all things is. Well,
because we had nobody that liked anime except for Rob on the show yesterday.
I thought Rob doesn't really like it either.
I don't.
He
really
likes Dragon Ball Z, which I have. This is another. I got destroyed, like eviscerated rhetorically. People are like, I can't believe he keeps dismissing Dragon Ball Z as not being an anime. What are you talking about? It's a joke.
Yeah, no, I know that feeling pretty well, actually.
It's a joke about Dragon Ball Z.
But it is an anime, though.
The people are going, well, they don't understand. There's like Studio Ghibli, and there's all this amazing Ghost in the Shell. And I'm like, Austin said he liked Wolf Children. He said it was a great movie yesterday. What do we have to do?
I didn't see what exactly you all said, so I didn't know why they would say those things.
Yeah, no, the perception just became like, oh, they said anyone who likes anime is a Nazi. When really we were like, I don't like that much of it, but there's some stuff of it that's amazing. I was talking about the Ghibli films yesterday. I was like, I love them.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't very satisfying then. There's no pushback to be had.
Yeah, we get one question that's like, you know, oh, who's the main character of Lucky Star? And we go, it's anime, I don't know. And has NLSS finally gone too far?
I haven't seen Lucky Star.
I have not either. I'll list off a couple animes that I think are quite good. Cowboy Bebop.
The Simpsons.
Akira or Akira or however you want to say
Akira.
it. Yeah, that's really good.
Anyone who
and those are the
pronounces
two.
Japanese words correctly makes me
Austin, you gotta back off a little bit, though.
It does piss me off a little bit, though, too. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you said
Just
or
a
however it's said, so I said that.
Like,
No,
I like it.
it's
No, not you, not you, but like the you know, when there's people.
I don't know if I should get special treatment, is what I mean.
I mean, like, it's sort of like it's similar. I see that happen a lot in that fandom, and it's just like, you know, my name's Robert Riccitelli. It's not Robert Riccitelli. You know, like I don't want people to say that. Like that's just not like the cadence of how I say my name.
Can we say it?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Riccitelli.
Permission?
Go for it.
Doesn't
Here's
do
the one
much for me, to be honest.
Well, I think we need a truce with the anime fandom, which is like I want to put it in like a missive, more or less. Which is that first off, it's always meant as a joke, and I'm sorry that offense was taken. I'm not going to apologize for the joke because it's not a marginalized group that we punch down on. We have to meet in the middle of you having a little bit more self-awareness and us being a little bit nicer, and then I think that's where it works. To be honest,
but if
like,
you never said all anime is bad, then there's not even argument in the first place.
We didn't even. That's Austin. You can take that up with Austin. But then the other thing I want to say is the problem in Tower Unite trivia is not that the questions are like ever about anime. Is that like 1 in 10 questions is about anime. So of course I'm gonna complain about if you went on Jeopardy and one category in every single round of Jeopardy was about something you had no familiarity with, you would be like, I'm sick of all these questions about like Robin Thicke's debut album, right?
Also, we have like clarified that whole thing. It's like it's about because trivia in a game that is literally just general trivia should be general trivia.
I agree.
Not like if you were to say like what was the name of Hank Schrader's partner in Breaking Bad? You know, like that's not general. That's like if you ask like who's the main character, sure, maybe that's a different story. But like there's a difference between general trivia and very specific trivia about a very specific anime.
Yes.
They said Breaking Bad is the only good TV show also.
Well, that is true.
You can't trigger me about talking about Western TV, okay? I'm secure enough in my TV and it doesn't bother me. I know you're just upset and trying to lash out, so it's okay.
It is a pretty good one.
But then people are like, well, 1 in 10 questions is about Call of Duty Zombies. Yeah, that also sucks.
We shit on that too.
They should just like I agree. There should be like 1 anime question in every 30 questions. There should be 1 classic rock question every 30 questions. I'm completely fine with that if that's the truce. There should be 1 Call of Duty Zombies question, full stop, in the whole pack.
Yeah.
That's way more specific. Give me the anime questions over what weapon do you unlock on this map.
I did also call the Call of Duty questions anime questions too, because that's the whole idea is that like that question was like on the Call of Duty World at War Nazi zombies map, 1944 Berlin. What is the gun that you pick up in the 3rd room on the 4th house? Like, no, that's way
extremely bad.
It's terrible. That's way too fucking specific.
It's like the dude who plays D&D but makes D&D all about himself. Like the trivia database is it's a shared environment. It's a community. I get you want Call of Duty Zombies community or trivia, I should say. You got to make your own. I'm sorry. You can't just make ours that. Anyway. Yeah. That's my missive on anime.
Yeah.
Someone in chat brought up something I want to talk about, which was Cobalt said it's okay to not wash your hands when you go to the bathroom if you don't touch your ding dong. And when he said go to the bathroom, he said pee. He said urinate.
Okay. I mean, like, I see where he's coming from.
Why bother not washing, though?
That's
takes time.
Honestly, like, I kind of use going to the bathroom as an excuse to wash my hands a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Like, even if I don't touch my wiener.
Is there a difference if you're in your own home versus being in public?
Not really.
Ruka thinks so.
I can't let this cat in.
I think if you're in public, you are obliged. You have to wash your hands. I think you can make an argument if you're at your own home alone. You don't really need to.
I agree.
You probably still should, but I don't think you can get mad at someone who's completely alone for not doing it.
Yeah.
And this segues into something that I was going to talk about, which is gun control. Thank you for now. Okay. Yeah, I'm sick, but you know, I'm not sick because Cobalt didn't wash his hands. Like some 8-year-old sneezed on me on the subway 2 weeks ago or something.
My chat says if you can smell it, you should wash your hand. I feel like it's too late by then. I mean, obviously.
Well, then I'd have to wash my hand every time I jacked off. That would just be really awkward.
Well, you should really wash your hand every... Is this a joke?
See, I don't know where the bits are anymore.
Well, you just eat it, and then you're fine. You know, it's all gone. So
as long as the cum's gone,
right?
You don't have to wash your hands.
Is the cum always gone?
We are playing the pirate map.
Oh, Johnny Depp eating his own cum. Stop eating your cum, Johnny Depp. What are you doing over there?
He loves his cum.
He always is eating it.
And Tim Burton's, like, he hangs out. Tim Burton fucks his wife, and they drink each other's cum all the time. It's so weird.
My girlfriend just said the letters WU in chat. I don't know what that means.
Nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what are we talking about again?
We talked about anime for a bit, and then we came to something that it resembles or is a reasonable facsimile of some kind of truce, which is good. And that's the only way we're going to work through that, so that's fine. And then beyond that, I don't know.
Chad, did we solve the anime problem, or do I need to go somewhere with this? I feel like I didn't do literally anything.
I didn't have to.
I came to sort it all out. There's nothing to do. I screwed the pooch.
How do you guys feel about all the porn on Twitter?
All the porn.
Oh yeah, there is porn there.
That does sometimes. I'll get tweeted something about someone. They'll be like, "Hey, good Isaac episode," and I'll click on their profile, and then their most recent retweet is like, "Want to find me a man who fuck like this," and it's just like actual hardcore in and out pornography.
That's the one place I don't want porn.
Yeah,
I got like 15,000 people that do not want to see porn. Well, I mean, like mathematically, most of them don't want to see porn.
Well,
no, I think all of them want to see porn.
Not there though. They get their own porn on their own.
Yeah, that's where I get my political news.
Right.
It's actually mostly that and a lot of anime porn. Actually,
okay, Robert.
I'm just saying it is. It's common. It's very common. Whenever I'm clicking through people's profiles sometimes on Twitter, it's just like nonstop, you know.
Here's my issue right now, though. It's like in the past, it's like if the only way you could put someone else's thing on your timeline is by retweeting it. Yeah. But now you can like something and that will appear on someone else's timeline.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah.
And so, and it's very easy to accidentally like something because you press the button, it's done. If you retweet, you have to click twice. You have to click the button and then be like, "Are you sure you want to fucking do this, my dude?"
Yeah, do you want to retweet them with credit, or do you want to dunk on them without them being able to see that you've done it?
So the threat of accidentally reliking, however you want to call it, porn is like it's increased by like a large margin.
Large margin.
I mess up the word when I try to say both vowels at the same time.
I've liked art before, and there's been like nude women portraits and stuff, and people get mad about that. And it's not porn, but also people see it as naked people, so it's a problem. So I don't know if I should like listen to them and not ever like those things, or I don't know what to do. I mean, it's my Twitter; you can not follow it, but also, I mean, it's not a big deal to not like them either. You know what I really like is when someone tweets like something terrible. They're like, "Oh, hey, I'm going through like a really rough time right now, and like family member died, or like, you know, something like I've just had a terrible breakup," and you give them a sympathy like, and then you realize that could be blasting their own trauma out to 113,000 people,
right? Yeah,
accidentally.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I want to click like as like a show of support, but I also don't want to be like, hey, wow, you're going through a rough time. Let me put like your issues on blast for people who like watching me play Isaac.
That ball went far.
I don't know why they, like you might have missed this, or like people you follow also liked is like mad annoying.
Yep. They want to do anything but show you the order or the reverse order that things are shown in.
Yeah.
They'll just put them in arbitrary places.
I'm wondering if I'm going to reach some like mathematical constant on the amount of times I can hit C less often to where it hits 0. Like, am I going to reach that point eventually?
I mean,
every time I click C less often, is it actually seeing it less often?
No.
I wouldn't let you. I would force you to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to switch the moments page all the time to try and confuse you into clicking on it?
Yep.
That was good
They
fun.
still do that, don't they?
I never even knew the moments
Stop
page
it.
existed until Jess came over and was using my Twitter, and she looks at those all the time.
Oh, dude,
What?
moments is extremely important.
I
She looks at
What
moments?
Twitter's saying about this birthday cake. Whoa, that's a nice birthday
And then
cake.
right next to it, gun control?
Yeah.
Do you know they got all this porn on Reddit too?
Oh yeah.
There is a
No,
lot
I've
of
never
that,
heard
yeah.
of that at all. Tell me about it.
Could you be more specific?
There's I found out on Twitter, somebody let me know there's one called Butt Sharpies, and it's about ladies putting,
Yeah.
I guess not just ladies, everybody's doing it, putting various size Sharpies up into their anus holes.
That's how they get you.
There's
Everybody's doing it. You gotta do it.
Why Sharpies though? Like, don't they worry the top's gonna come off maybe, and they like get some ink in their butt or something? Like,
I think they put the other way, yeah.
Sure.
But so there's another subreddit that's not actually like porn, but it's kind of like almost porn.
it's almost
It's
porn.
r/almost porn.
No, it's shower beer.
Oh, I
So-
don't like that subreddit.
I don't either. It's kind of weird. Like
is it?
It's
Well,
for people who drink. They like take a picture of them drinking a beer in the shower
Why?
yeah.
Oh.
because they are drinking alone in their bathroom, but they want some kind of social aspect to it, so it's not as bad.
Oh yeah, of course. Because when I do that, of course I want to tell someone about it. Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is about shower beer is having browsed the subreddit. Like sometimes, not even most, but sometimes it's just an excuse for people to take a naked picture of themselves in the shower. Like most of
Yeah.
the pictures are them, like, you know, from the shoulders up drinking a beer, which is in and of itself weird. But then it's just like you just kind of wanted to show the world your boobs or your wiener.
Why do they need an excuse for that?
Well, that's the thing that makes it weird about the shower beer is like it's like I don't know
Well, you wouldn't.
what's the purpose of putting it.
Most
there?
people don't need an excuse. They just do that.
True,
You wouldn't shower with clothes on.
right?
You wouldn't download a car.
So if you're drinking a shower beer and you're taking a photo, it's got to be nude.
Yeah, I'm not even saying it like it's bad. It just seems strange because I don't think people browse shower beer to jerk off. At least if that's a fetish, it's not something that I'm aware of.
What's the actual goal of this subreddit? Like, why do people
To-
post this?
Create an artificial community around drinking alone in the shower.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't recognize that as a thing.
It's like drinking a beer in a hot tub upside down.
I mean, even a hot tub feels like there's some kind of implication to that, but like a shower beer, who cares?
Dude, the hot tub in my my second year of college, we stayed in a dorm, which was basically an apartment complex. It had
I'm familiar with what a dorm is, but thank you.
Well, no, like my point is that the reason that I say that is because it wasn't a dorm; it was an apartment building that the school decided, like, hey, let's partner with them and make it a dorm because they have like basically tenement housing, so that we can screw over the students. So anyway, we were staying in that
Rude.
place. Yeah, it did have a pool and a hot tub. But that hot tub was the nastiest shit I'd ever seen. Like, there was just constantly, there was a film on top of it, right? And one time, on the way to class,
Pulp Fiction?
well, the next part of the story will probably tell you what that film probably was, because one day on the way to class,
Reservoir Dogs.
one day on the way to class, I at like 7 in the morning, going to go get some public transportation. Just two nasty looking people in there just banging, and it's not like it's not even like it's a hidden. Like you have to get to the lobby of the apartment building. There's a big giant glass pane looking at the hot tub. They're just banging in there.
Yeah,
Live your life, man.
They might be exhibitionists.
I guess so. And it was...
Maybe they're the woke
That
ones
fetish
and we're
is
the
selfish.
ones asleep.
I agree that fetish is selfish.
It is a bit.
You have to involve other people who may not want to be involved.
Like, I'm sure you can do it responsibly, but you know, if there's you like fucking in your car while like someone's driving, there's people just like walking on the street beside you, holding their kids' hands and stuff like that. Don't do that. That's a breaching of the social contract that we all live in society.
What about the grocery store on aisle 6?
Extremely not okay. Maybe I even want to pull away from the idea that it's
9?
just kids. Like, even like you could be like a 30-year-old adult, or even like, for example, a 29-year-old male from Vancouver, and be like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just here to buy groceries. All of a sudden, you walk down you go, oh, I need some Weetabix. Oh, there's two old people fucking.
Yeah, especially if they're unattractive.
Yeah, like if they're hot, no big deal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or if it's in a sexy aisle.
Yeah, like the cucumber aisle.
One part of me is like, this is a problem because obviously, you know, you don't want to see this, it's going to ruin your day. And the other part of me is like, if this is in a place where it's not going to affect anything, what is the problem for me? Like, am I that worried about seeing something?
It's not going to ruin my day. I would turn down the aisle and be like, what? I would just be surprised.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I would just be incredulous at first, but like, it's more just like, you know, these people, they didn't sign up to be a part of your fetish.
Yeah.
Why it's like you're punking them with your balls.
I guess.
There is like in the case of the hot tub, like I think that's a particularly egregious case. If people want to go fuck in the woods, like that's a different story.
I'm specifically meaning places that aren't shared with other people.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't bother anyone else, I'm mostly getting at, like, what is our reaction to seeing people having sex, and should it be what it is?
Chat's got a great pun here. It's called spunked.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yes.
Anyway, continue.
No, I mean, it's not like that, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I could go to a place called Craigslist and see that if I wanted to. It's not like I'm not being prudish about it. It's the grocery store. That's a G-rated environment.
I guess I'm just thinking, I don't see people having sex very often, like, ever. Actually, ever.
I agree.
And so maybe just, like, once in a while, it's not so bad. I don't know.
Well, in fairness, that's probably the first time and last time that I had ever seen that. But it was a pretty gross experience.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Fair enough.
If they made a grocery store that was like, there's a chance that could happen, I would go to it if they lowered the price. If it was like a cheaper grocery store.
Okay.
If they were like,
There's a lot to bang in the
That's
grocery
the
store.
strangest hypothetical business idea.
they're like, there's no rules, so you might see people banging, but it's 10% cheaper.
Can it not
on
be
average.
a place that sells food? How about a business that doesn't have food?
Food is
Like a
probably an important. Yeah, like that's not.
Like a car parts store. Who gives a shit?
I don't know about you guys, but like, I'm actually not even a prude about that. The prudishness is like, I get mad when people think they're getting one over on me when I'm actually their intellectual better. So like, this happened in college from time to time. Like, we have a friend who has actually never been on the show, but we're still amicable to this day. And I don't know if I've ever told him this, but he started dating this girl in like third year, and we were kind of having a shindig over at our college house. He didn't live there. He and his girlfriend were there. They disappeared for like 20 minutes.
Uh-oh.
And then
You get lost?
when they came back, they were like giggling, and you know, they're in kind of like an afterglow. And I was like,
Aw.
instantly put it together. I was like, these two fucked in my room.
That's not right.
No one, absolutely no question about it. These two, my room's is the biggest room. It's
Shit.
like the furthest one away. It gives the most plausible deniability. I'm probably the only one here who makes my bed. That's not true, and Malf will out me for that. But anyway, I was like, they fucked on my bed for sure.
Yeah.
But I wasn't mad that they fucked on my bed. I was mad because they would make like puns and then giggle and be like, well, you have a really nice room, Ryan.
They didn't like leave a puddle, right?
No, well, I mean, it's like fine. Mostly, I was just like, I'd be all right with it if they asked. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I was just like, don't act like you're like you guys have a little secret. Everybody here knows what just happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd want people fucking in my bed.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I don't think
I do it all the time.
This is a weird. It starts as a weird story, and it's honestly not even not weird. But my parents, we were all drunk, and
it
we
starts
were playing,
as a weird story, but it's not even not weird.
You and your parents were all drunk.
We were all
talking about
playing
having
beer
sex.
Well, we were playing like I guess it's called like Family Chicken, where we all try to tell stories. To
I've
gross each
never
other
played
out.
Family Chicken.
Why are
they were just stories? No one was doing anything. All right.
Why are your parents your peers?
They introduced they were I don't know. I think they did good. They introduced us to drinking like in a safe environment. You know, like
that is good.
It was nice of them. So they would have parties at the house and be a bunch of people and we would drink. Nothing weird about that. But so we were playing like this. How can we gross out each other the most? Nonsense game because we were all drunk, and they admitted that they had on multiple occasions had sex in my bed.
Wow, that is weird.
And I was like, that's
it's not even not weird.
We're doing a bit here, but I didn't want to know that.
It's weird to have sex in your child's bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, you watch the seats, right? And they were like, yeah, most of the time. And then I left. I made that part up.
Wash the seats?
It was a good capstone for the joke, though.
Yeah.
That's like. It's kind of like one level removed from Tom Brady.
What?
I feel like a little bit.
Kissing your kids on the mouth?
Yeah, it's like no, that's like 8 levels removed.
I think it's less weird to have sex with your spouse in your kid's bed than it is to kiss your child on the mouth.
I agree. It's pretty weird.
As long as you clean up.
I am. You guys spectating me? Don't come over here, Ryan. Look at this. Boop.
What's going on?
Oh, the invisible wall. Yeah, I've had that.
I'll come over here.
Is it like I made you so I can have sex on your stuff if I feel like it? Is that the thought?
I think it's more like it's my house. I can have sex wherever the fuck I want. Because I would have the human mentality. Yeah.
That's why the human brain is stupid. You're like, oh, things are getting too samey. We should mix it up and have sex on a different bed. The orientation of the room being slightly different is just what I needed. Yeah.
I can't decide what I think about that. It seems really wrong, but I can't really put my finger on exactly why, other than just the privacy.
Well,
I mean, if they wash it, who cares?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, I guess the allure of having sex in that place, right, is like it's the allure of having sex in a place that you shouldn't have sex in, right?
Yeah.
But then it's your kid's bed.
Yeah,
so
like some of it is like, hey, we shouldn't do it here because we can get in trouble. And then some of it is like, hey, we shouldn't do it here because it's fucking weird. It's like actually a little strange. So
yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, they nailed it.
Someone could see us. That's one thing. If you're like, ooh, my child sleeps
I think
here.
I get it. Yeah, I get it now. The problem is that it's exhibitionism where you're afraid you're going to get caught by your kid, which is weird.
I doubt they did it while I was there. Come on.
True.
But maybe psychologically in the root of it, that's why that is the place they went. And then multiple times?
Your story did say that they did it multiple times, which means they enjoyed it so much the first time.
Keep in mind, this was a gross out competition. They could have very well exaggerated it. It could, like, I imagine it.
Whatever you have to tell yourself.
Yeah, right. I mean, I didn't live there anymore at the time, so.
So I'm wondering what was so good about it that was worth a repeat visit.
They probably were just fucking like horny and didn't want to walk across the house.
Like, was your bed sick?
Well, I had a great bed. Hell yeah.
Was it like a race car?
No.
Oh, yeah. I remember what that did for Laura Croft.
In a race car bed would be pretty hard to break.
This was so. I don't know. I'm not trying to rationalize this.
Well, I mean, it's not. To be honest, it's not that much worse than when I was younger. I used to stay at my dad's house like every other weekend, and for some fucking reason that got his blood up because he would bang his wife, and it was it was awful because I could just hear it. And I know now. Here's something that I know about my father that I didn't want to know. He's very quick, extraordinarily so, and that's terrible. I don't want to know that, but I do. And that's something that I'll never forget now. That's just knowledge that I have.
Every single one of these stories is like a lit stick of dynamite when it starts. Like, I have no idea where it's going, and I'm just waiting for the one that's like, well, check this out. My dad hit me. And you're like, okay.
Well, I mean, my dad did.
I got spanked.
Actually,
my parents' bed, which was really weird.
There was a really funny situation where, like, no joke, my dad got incredibly angry with me and like threw me on the floor.
Can you tell? Was it regarding the slaying of a Chilean football referee?
No, although, again, actually fucking happened. But anyway,
also we've talked about it on prior shows, and it wasn't a problem before.
That's also true. Yeah.
Unless that was the Magic podcast.
Also fucking true. Feel free to read my Reddit post about it. But anyway, so my dad got really, really angry with me and like threw me on the ground and shit because I spilt milk. So he was literally crying over spilt milk, and it was hilarious.
Huh. Well, he wasn't crying. He was trying to make you cry over it.
Yeah, but he's a big baby rage man. Like he gets real weird.
Maybe you guys could pick it up and try to get 26 over par like I did.
I had an invisible wall at one point.
Yeah, me too.
You guys ever crossed the line? This is the worst way to phrase it.
Okay.
You guys ever cross the line with your parents? One time I was like late getting ready for something, and I don't know what these custom settings are because the font broke. And my dad I was probably like 9. My dad grabbed my wrist and was like, "We gotta go." And I was like, "If you touch me, I'm gonna call the cops and have you arrested for child abuse." And to his credit, he did not back down. He was like, "No, you won't." And I was like, "Yeah, you got me." It's one of those weird moments of like possessed insanity when you're a kid that sometimes take over. I was just mad, and I was like, "What's the worst thing I could say right now?" It's like, "Hey, you're a good father, but I'm gonna have you arrested thanks to a false allegation."
Well, I mean, if he was hitting you.
He was not hitting me. He grabbed my wrist. It was like, "We gotta go."
It's messed up when adults grab a kid's wrist. It's like putty in their hands. They can just squish it.
It's like a chicken bone.
Yeah, it's creepy. And they push the two parts of the bone together. Oh, you don't know what to do about that.
I feel that way about handshakes as an adult, though.
Yeah.
You know, also,
it's a big dick measuring contest.
Somebody said, "Shut up, Rob." Straight up, I'm literally like, I am not going to back down on the idea that hitting children is bad. So no, you shut up, please.
But are we old school now? Because I still feel like I was getting spanked, and then I like turned 12, and I went through all the like puberty and adulthood stuff. And now I'm an adult that can have children of my own, and spanking is like, if you do it, you're like a super villain. I didn't realize.
Yeah, we're getting the worst of both worlds, aren't we?
Well, like the world shifted around me without letting me know, because I was kind of out of the I wasn't getting spanking monthly to follow the discourse of how things were going. As a child, I was an avid reader, and then
quadruple hole in one there. Not bad.
The thing about it is that there's no real purpose to doing it unless you want to make yourself feel better for punishing your child. Like, it doesn't actually have a positive psychological effect. So there's really no reason to do it in the first place. So it doesn't really make you a supervillain, but it's also just like, there's no point, and it's an outmoded idea. Also,
the idea is like there's other more effective kinds of torture that you could inflict on a child to get them to
right,
behave the way
exactly,
torture.
Yeah, like
yeah, my dad loved that one.
I remember my parents discussing whether they should spank me or not when I was in the other room, and they're like, it doesn't hurt him, it just makes a loud sound and makes him scared. Like,
it kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah, well, but the idea is that it's like hysteria, like you're not thinking straight because the sound is happening.
Yeah.
So
you're not like
exaggerate
a woodland creature.
I mean, at that age, you might as well be.
No, I mean, this is one of the very few things I remember from being like 5, was like these kind of talks I would hear in the other room.
Yeah, they should just clap really loudly next year. Okay, is this thing's broken, right?
It's still busted.
Yeah, it's buggy. It's
Every
weird.
time as soon as my ball touches it, it spins like 3 times as fast. All right, I guess spanking's not okay. Like,
Spanking's not okay.
When I have kids, dude, I think they might rather be spanked than have the internet taken away for an hour.
Yeah, they probably would.
I grew up in a pre-internet era. I can go. I know. I can go read a book. I'm an adult. I can go drive for an hour. Just do so, I can find something to do. I don't know who's punishing me in this way anyway. But
Are you fucking Joe Biden?
The other thing is, like, punishment in general isn't a particularly effective tool.
well,
if
stop
your
doing
goal...
stupid stuff then.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if your goal is to punish, then yeah, punishing will punish them. But like, if your goal is to stop a behavior that you do not like, then punishment is not particularly effective psychologically.
Because like I taught in Korea, and I had what I consider to be a very mature viewpoint of that era, which is like, I'm gonna very much try not to punish my class. Instead, I'm just gonna explain to them why they shouldn't do things, and because of a mutual level of respect, well, they'll stop it. And then after like 10 minutes, I was like, this is fucked. Go to the principal's office.
Kids are fairly unreasonable, unfortunately.
They just don't have good brains.
But parents do what comes naturally, which is to just turn red and yell and become just completely irrational, too. It's like 2 irrational forces butting into each other. It doesn't solve the problem.
I think we should just get rid of children.
Yeah.
What if we just
that's
had
right.
like we culled like the best 1% of parents and then had them raise all the kids on Earth.
Pretty good.
And then when they turn 18, they give them back and they go, it's your problem now.
Honestly, like, I do truly believe that, like, that old saying, like, there's no textbook on how to raise a kid. And it's like, that's just willful ignorance. There's definitely, like, there are, like, centuries of studies of how to raise a kid. There are definitely rules.
Oh, okay.
It's just silly whenever I hear that, and it's frustrating.
I'm just like, now that I'm out of the kid phase, once you're out, you never want to go back in. Well, most adults anyway.
Yeah, there's that dude who wants to be a dog. I saw it.
Fucking weirdo.
Do you think he needs to be spanked?
Well, I think like he wants to be a kid, but instead he chose to be a dog.
All right, same thing.
He's like he got tired of like responsibility, and then was like, it'd be sick just to never have any of this.
Dogs don't have to do homework either.
Exactly. Yeah. It's unfortunate that the cost for that is you have to eat dog food out of a dog food bowl, but hey, maybe it's worth it. I'd love to see how the IRS feels about his life as a dog.
As long as he pays his taxes.
Dogs, Your Honor,
so, right?
dogs don't pay taxes.
Your Honor. Whoa.
Okay, that would be the greatest episode if they actually show the interview with the IRS agent.
Oh, I got kicked out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're having a little trouble.
You're a robot. You're a robot.
Oh no.
You're not a robot any longer.
Okay. Well, that's annoying. Well, I mean, you're almost out of holes, right?
It'll be done soon.
Yeah. That's not really the way I would phrase it, but
your holes are all filled
here's
up,
the
right?
hole.
I filled all your holes. Yeah, I honestly, truthfully believe that you should, like, if you impregnate someone,
yeah,
if you're having a
and
baby, you should have to go to a child development course.
Yeah, you should have to take like 36 hours of in-class instruction.
At least. Yeah.
If anyone's going 36 hours, that's a lot of time. You're not ready to have a child.
Exactly. Exactly.
Such an infinitesimal amount of time to invest.
How many hours are there in 18 years?
Right, yeah. Like, I legitimately feel that that should be a requirement, honestly. But,
you can't do 3,600 hours of learning in 9 months. That's unfathomable.
yeah.
Fuck.
I do agree, though. Apparently, if you want to adopt in Ontario, you have to take about 30 hours of class. That seems about.
Oh, really?
157,680 hours in 18 years. So there you go. It's a pretty small fragment of that.
Hours and 46 minutes.
Yeah, that's if you're raising a kid in the 1950s where they're an adult when they're 18.
Right, when they're 18. Now they go until 35?
I was thinking like 35, yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
What's your guys' percent chance of having a kid in the next like 10 years? Because I'm at like a solid like 0.1% chance.
Probably like 98.
Yeah, I'm not gonna respond to this because Jess is watching.
Well, you gotta talk about it sometime. You might as well do it right now.
Yeah, when she can't say anything about it.
Let's make this decision for you, Rob. When are you guys having the kids?
She's saying stuff in chat right now. I don't know. At some point, yeah, in the future.
Well, I mean, you got to commit now. This is the time.
I don't think I do. Not yet.
Well, really, the pressure's on her more so than you, because like,
It's a fair point.
we're honey. We stay good forever.
Actually, I have the easy job, which is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
They're milk.
Okay.
We're honey, they're milk.
We'll be back in 3 minutes to play Pinturillo. See you soon.
WDW.
I'm in.
Oh, fuck, I don't have a Pinturillo. Thinks I reset my OBS.
A screen region.
Screen region.
Alright. Pinturillo. Yeah.
I think
Nothing
my
is more
chat's-
scary than having to live set up a window capture of your browser.
Why?
No reason.
No,
You got your Bitcoin wallet on there?
Yeah.
I gotta say, most of the chat was pretty good about that whole situation.
Yeah.
The baby thing. Yeah. I mean, there were a few crazy people, but I'm not sure if that was just trolling or beyond that.
My Ryan's chat no longer exists, so I guess I'm just good now.
It
that's
just
a good
says
idea.
NL Prego over and over, so.
I'm lucky
Oh,
I got my own
Pinturillo
chat
works.
back at least. I don't know why.
I like the idea of required classes because it will keep the working poor from making babies. Wow. I think the idea, I mean, I live in a socialist paradise. I think the
Yeah.
parenting classes would be subsidized or free for your first
Yes.
child, at least.
Yeah, it's not, it's not like indentured servitude because you had a baby.
What happens in America if you go to the hospital to have your baby because your baby's being had, but you don't have money?
They take care of
have
you.
to deliver the baby.
Do they
yeah.
just stitch you up?
No, they have to take care of you. See, this is again, we've talked about this on the show
And
before,
then the
but like,
taxpayers take care of it, ultimately.
there's this weird mentality, like, oh, they're gonna force doctors into slave labor, force them to work. Like, no, that was never on the table at all. And then, like, the other thing is like, why should I have to pay for other people's surgery if they don't have insurance? Like, you already fucking do. Where do you think that money comes from?
Dude, I know like what you're saying, but in my head, I'm just picturing like a cartoon of two people. They just had a baby, and then the doctor hands them a bill, and they just go, "Wah," and the dude pulls out his pockets, and like a fly flies away, and then it's them in the hospital gowns doing dishes in the back of the hospital for like 18 months straight.
You're welcome, Dracula fetus.
Man, that's good.
You just wrote a cartoon right there.
Cat, what are you doing? Stop. Yeah, it's a granola bar wrapper. You've only seen 1,000 of them in your whole life. Why do you gotta get this one?
Rob, you know what's also funny is when they get really mad about like entitlements, and then they forget that they paid into the system to get those entitlements.
Come on, get back.
I think that's real funny.
I think there's a lot of things where people just don't know how it already works, and therefore like, oh, they're gonna change it and make it awful and terrible. Like, yeah, it's pretty much how it already works.
Medicare is socialized medicine in a small scale.
Yeah.
Your love is like socialized medicine. The populace provides for the needs of the sick. Your love is like socialized medicine.
And you know what? I think that's okay. I don't mind my tax dollars going to people getting taken care of.
What if you
I'd
paid
prefer
like a lot of tax dollars, though?
At that point, can I choose that they don't go to paying for someone to go play golf? Because that would be ideal. Anybody. I mean, it doesn't have to be anyone in particular.
You have to choose your personal income tax for the year pays for 1 round of golf at Mar-a-Lago or a single Hellfire missile. I'm not going to say that it gets launched at a hospital, but there's always a dice roll, right? Like it could compromise to a permanent end Osama bin Laden. Or it could hit on, I mean,
we got Osama.
Happen.
He's dunzos. He's gone.
He's been compromised.
John Cena did tell us
permanently.
Dunyan rings.
Well, let's be honest. None of our income tax pays for a single trip to Mar-a-Lago or a cruise missile. So, I think we're.
What about a Ted Cruz missile?
What about a Tom Cruise missile?
I paid for Justin Trudeau to get Eggs Benedict room service on his private holiday.
Probably, yeah.
He sent me an itemized receipt with a shirtless photo.
Dude, that would be hilarious if that's how your taxes came.
Apparently, in England.
Yeah.
When you pay your quarterly income tax installments, they send you like more or less an itemized receipt that is like,
really?
Hey, you gave us, £5,000. Here, this percentage went to the NHS. This percentage went to like roadworks here or whatever. It's that's really cool.
That's legit.
That
I
is
would
actually
like
legitimately cool. Yeah, I would like
They
that.
can't do that in America because 70% of it would just be like, cruise missiles.
Need more of those. That is cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I am ready for. Oh, that's okay. There's the.
Yeah. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Your number is here.
I like the idea of a Ted Cruz missile. I could see his stupid face on the front of a missile.
Oh, it exists. There's no way on this green earth that image does not already exist.
If the Ted Cruz missile explodes, does it turn everyone into the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah, there it is. Ted Cruz missile, first result.
Well, that one's super shitty. The one that's over Texas.
Yeah.
There's a better one further in, like a little further.
I skipped.
There's surprisingly few, actually, though.
Honestly, the greatest meme out of the of that presidential cycle was Ted Cruz's.
Dude, so there is a Ted Cruz missile. Is there a Hillary Clintoral piercing?
It's a bit further of a stretch.
The thing that's so great about the Ted Cruz Zodiac Killer is he actually had to address it on television. That is the funniest part about it.
My favorite part is how he might get reelected.
And also, didn't his dad kill JFK?
I still think Jeb got a raw deal, dude.
I would have been very happy with Jeb, to be honest.
He made an affable sort of like joke at his own expense, and everyone's like, he's weak.
I know. Yeah. He's just like a sad dad, and it's like he seemed pretty cool overall.
He's a sad dad.
Nice.
Fantastic drawing.
Didn't think you guys were gonna get this, to be honest with you.
I mean, we were making fun of Jeb in like 2014 when he announced his presidency because he was selling guacamole bowls to fundraise, but like at the same time, it was like a gangland slaying the way he got torn up.
Yeah.
They're saying, please clap.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I mean, like in the debates, like Trump did literally call him weak, and then just it cuts to Jeb just like looking sad, just like, oh, Jeb.
He should have like brought some weights up on stage or something. In hindsight,
tear a phone book in half.
What if he went over and decked him?
Oh, fuck.
What if
that would have been sick, man?
What if he just knocked him out? Like,
it was already kind of a circus.
I kind of wish that had happened because, like, I feel like that would have given him more votes, not less.
Wait, this is not the glassware these are served in. Sorry, I've never consumed one of these.
Oh. I'm
I have a
blanking.
feeling Austin's parents have, though.
Hey, where did we go? Oh, I did it again! That's the second time I've referenced Van Morrison when trying to reference Jimmy Buffett. How do I keep doing that?
Hey, Mr. Cuervo.
Is there like a weird spelling of this?
It's like you have that,
Salt
and then
around the rim.
you have one of these next to it, and then it's got like...
No.
This is a Corona Rita? I don't know what the fuck this is.
I'm swapping the
margarita.
freaking E's and the A's today. I'm
Why
screwing
is
all
it
the E's.
lime green?
That's what they often are.
I don't know what is
Color
it.
green.
It's like tequila and lime juice, isn't it? Something like
a
that.
bunch of
Yeah,
those.
it's like clear.
It's not clear. What?
It's basically clear.
Are you sure you're thinking of the right thing?
A good Twitch Prime reward. See, I haven't been pimping the Twitch Prime that hard because I was like, there's like this is 2 diamond chests for paladins. If you get 2 diamond chests for paladins. What is it? Is it a free video game from a good game? Cyrus, I'm sorry I insulted Twitch Prime.
Sid Meier's Civilization 4, the complete edition.
That's a great deal. For free.
Certainly nothing bad about it. What? Nobody got that?
Oh, I wasn't even paying
It was so on
attention.
the nose, I was like, wait, I must not get it.
Oh, wait, it's not door.
Usually they're like cloudy yellow. It's tequila, triple sec, lime juice, and sours. However, some are blue, made with blue curacao.
Mix the rum and Malibu.
Yeah.
No, Paladins isn't shutting down. It's Paragon's shutting down.
Yeah. Paladins is probably on the way out, to be honest.
I don't think it's extremely popular, apparently.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And there's a Dota patch today.
Ooh.
Hey, you should
They
use
make
your
it
Twitch Prime
better.
tokens on my channel this time, just to see
Made
what
it-
happens. Maybe you'll
Probably.
still get Civilization 4.
Nick
Yeah,
gets
you-
different Twitch Prime rewards than me.
Yeah, you can find Nick's channel at twitch.tv/AlpacaPatrol. You just go in there and then you...
Money!
There was a good clip that I saw where the streamer was like, and I'd also like to thank the money. I'm sorry. It's like you mean the fans? The fans? That's
No,
what you
I'd
mean.
like the money.
I kind of ranted about this in a recent Isaac. And I don't know if you guys actually do this. Because like it wasn't intended to be at your expense. But if it is, it's collateral damage. It's like you ever... We're not breaching the TOS. This is a theoretical streamer I'm making up in my head, okay?
Okay.
You like go to some streams and they're like, "Oh my god, guys, we did it.
We've done it.
We hit 500 subscribers."
Yeah, I say
And
that,
I'm like,
asshole.
I say that too.
I go, no, we didn't do shit. You gave me money.
Well, no, the we is
And
I
then-
asked you to subscribe, and together, collaboratively, we've done that thing.
What kind of arrangement is that? You gave Twitch money and Twitch gives me some of it, and you get like no reward except you get the emotes, which
Yeah.
are dope, but it's not like we didn't do anything. I did the least amount of work and get the most benefit out of it.
As soon as I said to subscribe, I went offline. That's perfect. One person did, and then it went offline.
Got him.
Got him.
Courier cost reduced from 200 to 50?
Yeah, but
That's
total
in-
starting gold reduced from 625 to 600.
Oh, how am I supposed to buy 2 branches then?
The cool one that Rob will like though is that if you stack a camp now and you're a support, you get 15% of the gold once it's taken.
Whoa, that's actually really awesome. That's a nice change.
I didn't hear what you just said. I was
This
looking at
is-
this.
You wouldn't understand it even
horrible.
if you did,
Okay.
to be honest.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
It's-
I can't draw animals.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I know what that is.
It's free Shamu.
It's Sleepless in Seattle.
Yep.
Oh, were you talking
Dude.
about Dota before?
It's a Dota thing.
Dota, it was a
Okay.
Dota, yeah. Dude. I hate people.
Me too.
Oh, what's up?
No, that's just in general, really. This is a general thing. Commonly.
Man, that would have been a solid guess if that was what it was.
This is a baby thinking about things. Oh, this could go in a bad direction.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh God, it did.
It went in that exact direction.
Yeah, that's exactly where it went. That's a
Could-
sad. That's a
And
sad
okay,
one right there.
Nick, this is it's gonna bring it all back for you. You ready?
Is this Stewie?
It's Batman.
Oh, he's Russian. Oh, okay.
It's Mickey Mouse.
It's Batman.
That's Batman. Oh,
Okay.
it's Batman.
I see. It's actually Batman. I
You ever
thought
see
it
that,
was
like-
a kid fantasizing about killing his parents
Yep,
and going
me
to
too.
Disneyland.
The
Killing in the Wayne of.
I've been listening to them a little bit more lately. Yeah, the Rage was good.
Dude, for real.
Apparently, they're making a new album.
I love in the songs where they go gong ga da ga dong ga gong ga go wow wow wow.
Yeah, Tom Morello, dude. That's a grub.
That's a piece of poop.
It's a poop on a plate. Plate poop.
Poop.
One of those.
Whoa.
Sorry, I put the overlay up to look at Bear Taffy's tweet.
What was Bear Taffy's tweet?
Wasn't worth it.
Wow.
Oh, why?
Got him.
Why did someone take a big old dump on this stool?
Oh, it's stool on a stool.
I thought it was, and now I'm sad it's not.
You got my joke. Stool on a stool.
It's stool on a
Go
stool.
wow go wow wow go go. I don't really like rich people. Why don't we all become poor people?
To be honest, that's like
That's
a pretty
not
common.
fair. That's not a fair criticism of Rage Against the
Oh, this is very obvious. God damn it.
Is it
Yeah, it's just like exactly what he's drawing.
stool on a stool?
Try typing stool on a stool, maybe. That'll get the job done.
Didn't work.
I have no
It's
idea.
one of those that you're just gonna be real mad about.
Oh, it's god damn it. Yep.
Am I gonna be mad about it? Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, no, you're right.
It's like one of those Facebook quizzes. It's like adults can't get it, but 90% of kindergartners can.
They're too busy
Dude,
worrying
that's like
about work.
those. You know they have those sirens that play at frequencies that only children can hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they do that here, but like at a frequency that only the homeless can hear, except it's actually obviously that's not possible.
Yeah.
So instead there's just entire neighborhoods overrun with these like noise pollution alarms so that homeless people don't sleep in the privately owned parking garage.
That's awful.
It's worth it, obviously. It's extremely worth it.
I got a whistle that makes that frequency, and I just run it in the back of my stream to guarantee higher age analytics.
Ah, yeah.
That's
That's important.
I got that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he did. And then he has to.
This is just like it's like 6 steps ahead of the drawing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. It was not Crumple Zone.
Crumples.
Definitely not Crumple
I
Zone. Yeah.
like that.
I sort of don't understand car insurance, and I'd like it to be explained.
Okay.
Well, isn't it
You
basically?
give someone else money,
Yeah.
like a little bit of money, and
But
then
then-
if something bad happens, they give you the lots of money that is required to fix it.
But if something bad happens that's not that bad, you don't use the insurance because then you'll send them more money.
Oh right, yeah.
What?
In the future, yes. No,
Yeah,
what
like
he's
if
saying
you get
is,
into
like,
a fender bender, you might just be like, "Hey, just call me when your mechanic looks at it, and I'll pay you out of pocket so that I don't have to pay more
Oh,
insurance forever."
If you want to be casual about it, but there's a chance that that could bite you in the ass if the other person like ditches you.
I'm assuming the accident's my fault.
Well, all right. If everybody's in good faith about it, I guess that's fine. It might be illegal to do that, but I don't know. What's that?
It is not only in third world countries.
Wait.
That happens.
I mean, but you need insurance for the big ones, though.
Is that what it's for?
You gotta have insurance.
Yeah,
Can you get like little insurance?
Yeah. There's different amounts of insurance, and since I have car payments right now, I have to have the higher end insurance to make sure that I can pay the people that I'm paying my payments to the full amount to take care of it if I get in an accident.
I'm familiar with that aspect of it. You know what is absolutely shitty though is that people who are older, I know it's underwritten, like there's actuaries that like give me this shit. They come up with the tables and the percentages, but like there's some people that have been driving for 20 years that have spent 20 years learning some bad fucking habits. And I gotta pay 40% more for insurance than someone who's 40 and they've been driving like an asshole for 24 years.
I gotta call this person out. What do you mean OMFG, the higher end in quotes?
Wait, what did I've kind of phased out of this entire conversation. But
It's about driving, so.
Why is there a dick goat on my screen right now?
What do you mean?
It's got a little urethra.
What?
What?
Do you see where his face is in his face? He's got a urethra.
That's his mouth.
This is his mouth.
I've never seen a vertical mouth.
Rob, you see what you want to see.
You also are really not going to be happy with the answer.
Yeah, it's just a goat, isn't it? That's right. I was going for the joke, so it was worth it. It was worth the points.
Like, I get angry sometimes. I get like cut off by a 70-year-old on the highway. Does it like wearing enormous HD, as seen on TV glasses that allow you to see 60 frames per second. And after I get cut off, I'm mad because I almost died. And then secondarily, I'm mad because they probably paid less to drive like that.
Yeah. Well, self-driving cars will solve all the world's problems forever.
I don't want self-driving cars to come out until I pay the least for insurance. Because otherwise, I just ate it.
Yeah.
What I think is bullshit is that sometimes you can end up getting your insurance raised because someone else hit you and you had no fault involved.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just happenstance. I don't think everybody is like that, but I know it's a thing that happens sometimes.
I say this as someone who would hate it. I think, dude, I'm definitely never getting elected as a Libertarian Party leader. I think you should have to take a new driving test, like once every 10 years, and then...
That's too often. 20?
Once every 10 years is too often?
Yeah, it annoys me when my registration is every 2 years. I don't want to do with red. I'd be so stressed out. Just give me...
You're driving a missile.
Don't tell the police, but my registration's been expired for like a year.
That is not okay.
That's not okay.
That's not good. Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble
get
for
that
that.
fixed, man.
Oh, yeah, I've driven the car like at night once, like every month to go to the store.
Don't you get like a lot of points on your license if you do that?
No.
Yeah, you probably do.
No.
You get like a ticket.
That seems pretty bad.
Yeah,
Well,
but you'll
nowadays
probably
they
get
just shoot
points
you
on
in the head.
Right.
Oh.
Well, he is in Texas, so I think you should.
You should get that done. Like,
The evolution of that joke.
Yeah.
when I'm seeing Black Panther, you should go to the DMV
Equivalent exchange.
and just be like, "Hey, I
Rod, get
screwed
this
up.
now.
I've been in a coma for 10 months." And I'm like,
You can
I don't
renew that
even know.
online.
I will admit though, I don't know what registration is.
It's a thing that
it's
you
just
stick in the
stickers.
front of your windshield that you
Yeah.
got to renew every 2 years. That makes sure
It's an
you're.
excuse to give you tickets.
It aligns your VIN number from your car with your name and all your other information. It's like the last piece of the puzzle.
Look, I get it.
We just said
Like,
you
I
didn't get it.
When we get insurance, our registration is also handled for us. We get like a little sticker we put on our license plate. But
Oh,
if I'm genuinely, if I get pulled over, what I'm worried about is like they're gonna be like license and registration, please, and I'm gonna give him my license and say, what is registration? And then I'm going to open my glove compartment and hope that something is in there that they can use. But if it's not, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Well, that's when you pull out the gun and then you start your wild police chase. You know, just shoot straight up into the air and then, you know, say yeehaw and drive off onto the sunset.
In my defense, Your Honor, I didn't know what registration was, and I got a little anxious. Just hand them everything in your glove box.
That'll probably work.
It works for me.
It's like an accountant. Just give them a box full of info. They'll be happy with that.
They'll figure. That's what they're good at. Registration used to be a piece of paper, but now it's all included on the sticker. Okay.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Is it Joey?
I was just going to draw the actual person, but...
Yeah.
Not J-O-I. That's something else. Dirty kids. Get out of here.
r/JOI.
That's a different kind of subreddit.
I don't think it is.
I don't need instructions. I'm a goddamn 32-year-old man. If I need instructions at this point, I'm doing it wrong.
You're definitely better at it than any of the girls in the video.
For real, sure.
It's really, I should be giving you instructions.
It just makes me mad. They think I'm bad at it still.
I know. It's like, I don't need a tutorial for everything.
Imagine if jerk-off instruction videos were like YouTube tutorials.
Hey, guys. Dude, nothing makes me mad more than... Oh, he's a sociopath.
Oh, at the exact same second.
What?
Is it loss?
Nothing makes me... Is this Soul?
Hey guys, coming at you live with how to jerk off. Just wanted to say, support my Patreon. This YouTube video is sponsored by Squarespace, and also, so the first thing you got to do is think about jerking off.
Well, like sometimes I'll have a problem with like Visual Studio, and I have to go like Google a tutorial for how to fix it. And sometimes it ends up being like an 11-year-old kid on YouTube, and I'm like, fuck off.
Yep.
What you got? The problem is your WCF service isn't being linked in the linker properly, so you got to go into the binary library. And I'm like, wow, how did you learn this? You fucking wonderkind. That's incredible.
I kept having that with Blender stuff because I kept looking up like new techniques and shit, and it was always like younger and younger kids showing me.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
It's kind of hilarious. I wouldn't mind if for not that they had awful audio quality every single time. Well, I don't know what this is. Is it like pieces off a lobster?
Yeah, it's part of a tree.
I think it's a broccolini.
Dude, I had that broccolini last night. It was great.
What did you make it? What did you
I blanched it in salted boiling water for 2 minutes, and then I fried it in the juices of the steak that I had cooked with some garlic and butter, and it turned out fantastically.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, god damn it. I accidentally saw it in chat, so now I can't.
What the fuck is that? It's a measuring tape.
It's a cannon?
And what is this that has in common with what this does? Hello?
What? Maybe it's not what I thought it was?
They both have a length.
Am I?
Yeah, you're gonna be real mad about this one.
Rob, am I going crazy?
I mean, in fairness,
I thought it was stock.
You definitely overcomplicated the drawing a little bit.
It's just I drew a stick and I was like, that's it. I drew a stick. I'm done. And then they were like, I don't know what it is. So I drew the tree that the stick came from. Still getting fucking crickets here. So I drew a piece of tape. It has sticky stuff. You overcomplicated it.
Looked like pieces off a lobster
tape. I thought it was like a measuring tape. You know, one of the ones that you worry is going to hit you in the face when you let it come back in.
I don't know what part of the lobster, but it looked like part of a lobster to me.
Hillary. Oh, it's an email.
Hillary Clinton. Whoa.
Oh, dude, are you pilled? You're a pilled man?
Oh. That was really easy.
Oh, is it just yeah. All right.
See, okay, so the end of the joke was I was gonna put a box next to all of them and just put 8 check marks in the Gary Johnson one.
Nice.
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 Oh, I think they should have a base level of competency. Boo! Boo, this man.
Ugh. He won!
He did, but that's still fucking hilarious.
It's really good. Dude, how fucked do you think the country would be, your country specifically, if there were no driver's licenses?
Yeah, we would all die.
It would be like really bad, right?
Yeah, this terrible, terrible idea.
Oh,
What? Is this like a web page but upside down?
No, it's not one of those.
It does look like it.
Maybe if I make a circle around this, it'll make more sense.
Ah, yes, the S.
Ah, the
using Stumble Upon?
I mean, it's this, it's also this. It's like we're gonna be this bit.
Oh, okay.
Of course, yeah.
First it goes down and then it goes up.
I'm directing your attention to 2 of them, but then I'm implying motion.
Oh no, it's not that. Oh, it's
Is
this.
it a
Yeah.
ellipses?
Yeah, it's
I have
probably
no
a better way
idea.
to do this. It just would jump to my mind first. Yeah, maybe some more arrows would have done the job.
What is this?
It's Skype.
It's people talking in Skype,
It's
and the
Skype.
dot is somebody responding, waiting.
It's the
Oh,
Really,
Skype.
I thought
It's
the
the
S would be
logo.
the only thing you would understand about that.
Auditorium.
Please respond. Nobody uses Skype. Yeah, guess what?
I've tried.
Literally
Dude,
all of us use Skype every day.
I've been responding to Discord messages.
Have you been?
Sometimes it takes me a while, but I respond to them. Let me see if I got any Discord.
Every time I'm like, we should just start using Discord, guys. I get fucking Mathis like, I just can't do it, man. I can't. It's too hard. I get Rob going, the Discord beep. Can't do it.
It fucks me up, dude. I'm straight up Glenn Howerton in that episode where they go on Family Feud on Always Sunny when I hear the Discord boop. It's so
We all hate Skype.
mind flooding.
Look, every one of us
hate
hates
Skype.
it. We all hate it. We don't want to use it, but we do.
Discord also sucks, but in a different way.
Yeah, in a different way.
I have a Paladins server that I was in for the sponsored Paladins thing I did in 2015, and maybe it was 2016, but I can't get rid of it. Like, I'm bringing it up on my screen right now. Because I deleted like 12 servers to clean up my Discord. Paladins, I right click on it. It's like, it can't go anywhere. It's like it's been grandfathered into the gold package, like unlimited miles on Discord. No, I cannot leave it. I'm being honest with you. There's no leave and there's no delete option. 100%.
Okay. To clarify also, we also use Discord. We gather in Skype, and we all move over to Discord for the show.
Yeah, also, I want to mention to all the people saying, you can mute it, you idiot. Oh, really? I had no idea! Wow, you can mute
Wow,
the
Rob, you
sound
must
of
be
the
really
Discord
dumb, huh?
notifications? Holy shit, I had no... Wow!
Yo, but
You're
what is
blowing my mind!
What is this, though?
That's crazy! Oh, wow! Thanks! Man!
What? Now there's a line on the elbow?
Yeah, I don't know how to draw this properly, to be honest.
Something to do with your muscles and your nipples and your belly button. Where you made the server owner? Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm the last one left, so they won't let me leave. It's like I'm like Desmond in Lost or something like that. Somebody's got to keep the lights on in the Paladin server.
What do you think about removing the tags from your clothes? There's way too many of them, and they leave holes in your clothes now, which is pissing me off.
Why? I gotta ask. Why do any clothes come with tags anymore? We solved it.
They got to write all over them, apparently. They put the brand tag around the back label. They put the size strip down the side. They got a bunch of hang tags that just don't do anything. They're just like advertising hanging off of them. There's usually 3 to 5 tags, and all of them have little plastic bits that go everywhere when you cut them. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, I know what this is.
It's not that?
My perspective's a little fucked.
I also knew what that was, but didn't.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way. But if you're only buying, like, t-shirts and jeans, you don't need tags. You know how they work.
I agree we don't need tags. Hook it up with one of those, like, a little plastic pincher on the top that's got the size. Perfect. Pops right off when you're done.
Okay, there's no gray, so just pretend this is gray.
You know who can relate to me on this? What I'm about to say is Corey. So, Corey, we have clothes that we purchased in Canada and the United States, and we have clothes that we purchased in Japan. You know how you separate laundry by, like, this is a white piece of laundry, this is a non-white piece of laundry? I don't know why I said it so weird. It's kind of overcompensation. But the thing is,
I don't know what this is.
Now we have to separate our clothes by country because you can't actually...
Are they rupees?
You can't dry Japanese clothes or they turn into clothes for amiibos. The number of times I've like pulled a shirt, like a load of laundry out of the dryer, all the shirts are good, and then the final shirt, I just look at it and I'm like, what?
God damn it.
Did we buy clothing for dolls? Because this just does not, it's all hang drying in Japan. They don't have dryers. It sucks.
Maya in my chat says she's got to call out Fox for this. He doesn't store his clothes like that. He dumps them all in.
Well, I think he's right. To
so
be
do
honest.
I, actually.
I don't sort by like by type of laundry. I sort by country now because I have to. But
V.
Also, I wanted to talk about this on Monday, but I forgot.
You won't be here on Monday.
I mean, like last Monday.
Oh.
Nick. Corey. I'm gonna out you here, buddy. He is a fan of something called raw denim. Wow, that's incredible.
But that was actually easy. I should have gotten it earlier than that.
Did you know there are people out there? Wow.
I love raw denim. You gotta boil it.
There are people out there that don't wash their jeans because it washes like the color out.
Mm-hmm.
So to clean them, they put them in the goddamn freezer.
What?
They take their jeans off and put them in a bag and then put them in the freezer to like kill the bacteria that cause the odor without removing the color from the jeans.
Cool.
The alternative way to wash them, and this is not a joke, is you just put them on and then you walk into the sea. And you let nature's gentle tumble drying waves remove the odor from your jeans.
You ever done that?
Absolutely not.
You're missing out. Could feel great.
He says some people do it. Are you one of those people, Corey? You don't have to. You could lie and say no.
Is it the Bellagio?
Oh, dude, it does look like the Bellagio. One tiny fountain and 6 people around it. It's Ocean
There's
6.
nowhere near enough time to do this proper justice. I wish I did have that time.
What if you live in Ohio? Sorry, I hope you got a big freezer.
Well, that's disappointing. Thought maybe this would be just enough info.
This is
Oh, it is. It's Friends.
Sorry.
God damn.
Wait, I get to go again? Oh.
Yeah, you're in first.
So I did so
That was a
bad
Mark
that
Benedict
they decided I
Benedict.
get 2 shots at it.
You guys ever watch any of those fake Friends movie trailers that are just clips of everything the actors from Friends have done in like the last 15 years since the show was on the air?
No.
Nope.
Just me. Huh?
Sorry.
Who has an
done that.
emote that's just Ross? I'm telling you, one day
There he
I'm
is.
calling Ross.
someone is getting the shit suit out of them. They're probably not gonna sue. They're probably gonna get a cease and desist. One day, someone's gonna get fucking sued. I know it's gonna happen. That's why I try to get in the middle of it and say, we got on Josh's ass for using Space Cat, which was like a German edutainment software company's mascot. I scared him so much he emailed them, and they were like, "This is fine." And I was like, "Okay, good."
I like Space Cat.
What these got? You can't just have a George Costanza emote.
Well, you're gonna see a
I
lot
guess
more
you
now.
can.
You can't though.
There's a Goku as well.
Yeah.
And The Rock.
Somebody got pickle. You can't just
I mean,
have
what-
a pickle.
One of the most famous emotes on Twitch is like Witwix's giant Blastoise, right? So
Oh,
I know,
damn it.
like. So that I have also thought was like
Oh,
maybe, and I'm not saying like I'm against it. Is it? Okay, I'm not saying I'm against it, but I was like, that is kind of like it's a Nintendo property, but it's a drawn thing, so it's like maybe that's more acceptable. But some of these are just pictures from NBC's original airing of Seinfeld.
I do have Rock Frank. Am I going to the slammer?
That somebody else screen capped, put on their own hosted website, and then you Google image searched it and resized it and submitted it to Twitch.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
and we
not
have,
ratting on anybody. I love a world in which we can have Donkey Kong emotes and 4-part Blastoises and Jerry Seinfelds, but
They approve the emotes. I've had emotes denied before.
Rob, who is Rock Smirk again? Who is this guy? Where did he come from?
Pizza
dude.
Dad.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
where did we get that?
It's just a fucking picture of some guy with the pizza, and his face was great. And we
Yeah.
were like, "That's a great face."
Yeah, Rock Smirk is a funny story because I submitted it to Better Twitch TV as an emote there, and they rejected it. So I submitted it to actual Twitch, and they accepted it.
it's just like a man's face.
It's just a man's face. Thought it was a funny man's face.
It was a
Like
funny
he doesn't-
man's face.
He
yeah.
doesn't know.
It was in like an ad,
Or something like
something
that.
like an ad.
Yeah, I don't remember now. This was a
Still-
long time ago.
You still have the picture of like that 11-year-old Ukrainian kid?
Yeah, oh yeah, Rock MFW, yeah. He was on Nickelodeon Guts, so he already consented to having his likeness used.
By Nickelodeon.
Eggs. No. If you're a partner, you get your emotes auto-approved. You do. This was like a year ago, though. Maybe more.
You didn't used to.
There was a KFC ad that just played on my Spotify. That was like, it's just a lady. There's no music. She just said, "It's finger licking good." And the ad ended.
Whose
It's just
finger?
like, what? Why? Why did you put that in the ad? Does that sell more chicken?
Yeah, it's a jingle, man. It sticks in your head.
It's not even like a jingle. Like, she just said it at the end of the ad.
Leave off
Jesus
the
was like,
last
"Buy
touch for
KFC."
savings.
Yeah.
What could be greater than golf with a gator? What the hell's happening over there?
It's DAE fucking nonsense.
Like, yeah, I guess I remember it, but I remember hating it. Is that good marketing? If you remember, like I know
Yeah.
that there's that Apple ad or the "What's a computer?" Doesn't make me want to buy a fucking iPad.
Oh. Go XY.
It's ugly.
Oh, Henlo ugly. I forgot what Henlo came from. It's just always Henlo now to me.
Honestly, Sinvicta's the only one carrying that torch anymore.
He does say, I mean, I say Henlo.
He exclusively says Henlo.
He does only say Henlo.
That is the only way that he... Yeah.
I don't buy chat lawyers. People are like, you can't copyright someone's face. You telling me Jason Alexander can't be like, don't sell a picture of me?
Don't sell me like that.
Well, yeah, you can sell your likeness. That's not like...
You can sell your likeness.
Right, well, no. That's I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
Good. What I'm saying.
You can sell your likeness.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so if you can sell your likeness, then there's someone who has ownership of your likeness, right?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
TB had a cease and desist over the use of an emote that was his own face.
Yeah, that's weird. Rob, can I have the Empire logo as an emote? Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying stop this. I'm just saying somebody's gonna take a hit at some point.
What the fuck is this? How am I supposed to draw this?
Is it asparagus?
Honestly, like, if Twitch goes through emote apocalypse, that'll be like a lot better than ad.
They did already. They got rid of all the butts already, and then everybody was like, "Why can't I have butts?" And then some streamers still had butts, and then they were mad.
Yeah, it turns out butts are a big topic on Twitch through the course of their rule changes for a long time.
Yeah, like you can have a picture of a butt, but it can't be a sexual butt.
Mm.
And how you decide that, I'm not quite clear on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't look. Then Mr. Fabulous just posted a bunch of like non-sexual butts.
Yeah, like there's a lot of clearly sexual butts as emotes on Twitch.
Those aren't sexual. Do you think those are sexual? You're a perv.
Tiger Rider, of course, has some.
I remember Doxy got her butt emote removed. And that was like probably, I think it was like a butt farting or something, right? Or it was like a butt heart.
Oh, that's sexy, yeah. It's a sexual butt.
Oh, like, how do they choose?
Don't know.
Is it like, it's reciv-like? Okay,
So...
Oh!
It's too late. It's too late for that reaction.
It's not receivery.
Speaking. Just a moment.
Hell? Musk or? That's nice. A weird emote. Musk OR.
Is Abel from Isaac the item?
Oh.
And then a receiver.
Oh, it still exists.
It's capital O, lowercase r on the Musk or.
If your Twitch emote code is Musk, you gotta like rethink a lot.
Why?
You know what's a weird emote rule is that you can't have derivative emotes, because that's the one. That's one of my. Well, that's the thing is that like you can have derivative emotes if you're, so and so person. Because there are loads of derivative emotes.
Yeah, like there's some that are derivative of Jason Alexander. They're so derivative, it's a photo of his face.
What do you mean, man? Weird.
That butt's not glowing, it's farting. There's a difference. This is taking too long.
I wonder what you use.
Here's a hint. It's something none of you have ever seen.
It's a computer.
Outside?
Oh, it's one of these.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I have. Fuck you.
I've been in several offices in my life.
I worked in this for 3 years. Fuck you.
Yeah, when did you work in an office?
Yeah.
The summer of 2009 and 2010.
I have more office experience.
Yeah, but I probably got more Microsoft Office experience.
That is untrue because all I did in my office was Microsoft Office.
Sounds like they didn't even need a building then.
That is not a potato.
This is a potato man.
I think it's Shaun White in the gold.
Chad, you're actually like genuinely making up my own opinion right now. Does the creator of Pepe get to say you can't use Pepe on Twitch? I mean, I think there might be legal recourse for him to say, don't sell the picture I drew on Twitch. But if you make your own Pepe and it's your own face with a bunch of, you've made alterations to it, by all means, go for it.
It's full of Pepe.
But this is a picture of Jason Alexander. It's his picture.
Well, to be honest, all of it's kind of gray area, right? Like that is like legitimately the whole situation. That's the whole reason that our job even exists, is because it's all kind of gray area.
Very true. Oh, wow. Great drawing.
Because you could argue that cutting off a picture of Jason Alexander from the neck down and using it in a parody way on a streaming website is transformative.
I have an actual lawyer in my chat.
Oh, thank God.
And he said this is hard to listen to, so I feel like
here it comes.
We're on the right track here.
Did I not do enough dots? Did it look like acne or something?
Vin Diesel.
I didn't make his muscles explosive enough.
Yeah, I'm glad there's a legal consensus about this job.
All right, Chad, you can hold this opinion, but if I ever see any of you motherfuckers retweet an artist again who's like, this Outback Steakhouse used the picture without my permission, you're all hypocrites.
Hold on, I gotta call Chad out here because they're like, yeah, someone on the internet says he's a lawyer. Sure, this is Justin's friend, the real lawyer that he knows. This is the thing.
And he still flamed you, saying it's hard to watch. It's kind of like a little bit over the line.
Isn't a lot of this stuff like unproven to the extent that lawyers don't even know because it hasn't been tested in court?
Exactly the case.
The same motherfuckers. I hate Robot Chicken. It's the worst piece of media on earth, including like snuff films. But anyway, I don't actually believe that, maybe. But Robot Chicken did like a Homestar Runner parody. And Twitter got up in arms. It was like, did they ask the Homestar Runner people? And yes, they may have traced the art, okay? I'll give you that. But when when Robot Chicken is like, here's a parody of Star Wars, nobody goes, oh, did you ask George Lucas before you did that parody? It's like we apply the standards differently to different things.
I saw the antenna. I was like, that's a Shrek. And then you let me down.
It's not
they didn't even pay them to use the parody.
That's a bear.
Is absolutely a bear.
Okay, no longer is it a bear.
It was never a bear. It was a Shrek.
It was absolutely a bear for 30% of that drawing.
Do bears have big buck teeths in the teeth?
Teeths?
Got big buck teeths.
I had somebody sent me, it was a picture of the Toronto skyline with 12 hidden Shreks, and I didn't find any Shreks, so I thought there were no Shreks, and actually there were there. I just had to find them.
Big teeths. Got all them big teeths, no
big
toothbrush.
What if I use my dad's face without his permission? I think it's still a crime, but you'd have to like be a dick. To sue your own son for using your face? I mean, you're kind of using half of his DNA all the time.
I think that it's basically a case-by-case basis with a lot of shit. More or less.
Is this where something is going to be, is going to have cows subtracted from it?
Or it's just cows. It's not just cows.
There was got real mad at me in a chat the other day for
what'd you say?
Female cows, all cows.
Wait, what?
Oh, because male cows are bulls.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's where you get the pizzle from.
I get very angry.
But due to the changing environment and how most people live in cities now, and most cows you see are actually cows because not a lot of people really take a lot of male cows and raise them for that long. The word has kind of just drifted into meaning all cows.
Yeah, we don't like eat bull, right?
bison burgers, I guess.
Are bisons all male?
I think so. No. Surely
Okay,
not.
surely there is a female
Surely
bison
not.
a buffalo? Or are those two different creatures?
I don't know.
Although commonly known as a buffalo in the United States and Canada, it is only distantly related to the true buffalo. There's a link.
The bison, that is.
Yeah, I looked up bison. I got that.
So a buffalo and a bison, two distinct species that were related a long time ago.
And they're not all male or female.
All bison are buffalo, not all buffalo are bison. I don't buy this for a friggin' set. That seems wrong. Anyway, I asked a simple question.
Yeah.
Do we eat bulls? What? Some people said veal. Veal is, it can be male calves. Are there even male calves?
I guess it's
There's
still
like
a calf even.
I was reading
right?
about this because the guy in chat was just absolutely incredulous about it, and he was like technically right, but also he was just being pedantic because
Pedantic.
because you never see a group of lots of cows and go, oh, those may or may not be cows, and also some bulls. No, you just go, those are cows.
Yeah.
People are they're willfully taking me out of context and spinning my point, and I disagree with this.
Oh, that's strange. I've never heard of chat doing that.
I know. There are obviously young male cows, but if we're going to say that no cows are male because male cows are bulls, are there male calves? Or is it just a little baby is called like a bullock or something like that? That's what I'm asking here. I didn't grow up on the farm from the friggin' Pauly Shore movie Son-in-Law, okay? So sometimes I need you to fill in the gaps a little bit about what, oh, it turns out a pony is not just a young horse, it's a separate species. Who would have thought?
You know, I think people need to learn that idiom of choose your hill to die on. Because
Hilda? She's here again? Hilda Dion?
yeah, she's here, and she dies on every hill that is possible to die on. Just
So-
when you see a hill, that's the hill I'm dying on, right there. That's the one.
They resulted from an interbreeding event between steppe bison and aurochs, the ancestor of domesticated cattle around 120,000 years ago. The possible hybrid is referred to in vernacular as the Higgs bison, as a hat tip to the discovery process of the Higgs boson.
That's actually
Get me out.
hilarious.
I'm reading it off the Wikipedia.
Okay, so
Real
those are-
Wikipedia, or
why do
was
they
your
look
browser
like ghosts?
hijacked?
It's the Wikipedia.
Nick, that was a really good cushion drawing, by the way.
I was trying to rush so I could read this Wikipedia article. Get down in there, like, scroll about one full time, maybe twice, and you'll get to where I was. Starts the paragraph, the Pleistocene woodland bison.
Oh, the Pleistocene. See, I didn't know what you were talking about because you said the word very slightly incorrectly.
Right.
You're talking about the Pleistocene.
Pleistocene woodland bison.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to make sure we were on like terms for chat's benefit.
They would have got real mad at that. It's a good thing you corrected it.
They're just saying eat ass.
That's, well, I mean, you get so far on the internet, you do all these things. At the end of the day, you just eat ass.
Yeah. Sometimes
What
just
triggers
eat ass.
exactly, chat, to say eat her ass or eat his ass, like, as a response to something?
No, it's you eat ass.
It's just eat ass.
Eat ass. It's like pants.
No, I've
Yeah.
seen eat her ass shows up a lot.
You know what I don't understand is sometimes I'll see on Twitter, usually one of you nerds, just kidding, but they like something and it'll be like a cosplay lady and it'll be like, hey, here's my cosplay.
Yep.
It shows up in my timeline.
Then eat her ass.
But the replies are like, yas, sit on me, queen, literally kill me. And I'm like, isn't that like just actually sexual harassment?
Like, yeah.
Or when they say,
Straight up,
like, I
yeah.
want to destroy her. Like, why is
Or
it so
I want her to
angry?
destroy me, they say most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, choke me, queen. And I'm like, you can't just say that, I think.
Why is the language so angry?
I think it's like, it used to be like when you It's the feminization of today's millennial youth, if you'll allow me. I've been reading a lot of forum posts lately.
Smash, smush, destroy. It's all like angry words.
When people used to catcall, they'd be, "Hey, how'd you like a taste of this, mama?" Sorry, Rob. And now it's like, "Hey, I would let you kill me for a slice of that. Would you please just end my life?
Just cut my dick off right now.
Bite my balls in half, please, queen." We got like, it's very like, it's like a matriarchal catcall. It's a catcall that's like respectful to the role women play in today's society.
What if you're like, I want to crawl in your mouth and let you chew me so all my bones break and then I get digested in your stomach?
That's like definitely when you would get a restraining order. This is a sad vulture.
Yeah, it is.
Very sad. Yeah.
Vulture's seen better days.
No, I agree. It's very much not respectful. It's like woke. It's misguided wokeness.
No, that was just Cell cat calling someone.
I can't
the other way around.
say that I like the way that her body looks without being a creep. So instead, I'm going to suggest that she sexually murder me.
I mean, we all want to be sexually murdered, right? Like that's
Nope.
I mean, if you have to go, I guess.
Right?
I think I'd still rather just have my head get cut off.
No!
No, it lives for 8 seconds.
Why do you keep wanting the head cut off?
Like, okay, give me like a plausible way to be sexed to death that's not horrifying.
You
Have a heart attack.
That
Pelvis
doesn't
crush.
count. That's a cardiovascular. It's a death by
it's caused by the
cardiovascular
sex.
disease. It's caused by
by the
probably
sex.
too much sedentary lifestyle.
No, but like, okay, but then how do you die ever with anything?
She's an
Somebody
Amazon.
chopped
She
off
weighs-
working.
You get your head chopped off by a large man with a broadsword.
She weighs a lot. She crushes your pelvis. You bleed out.
That sounds horrible.
That's awful. No, you just look. You're overcomplicating this.
That's torturous.
You don't get your head chopped off and go, I blame the steel of the blade.
I would.
You blame the guy who swung it.
No, I blame me for doing whatever crime led me to getting my head chopped off by a large man carrying
Why
a
don't you blame
broadsword.
your
Well-
parents for leading you to a life of crime?
Maybe
Well,
instead
because I
of
don't believe
blaming
in the
people,
tabula rasa
you
theory.
should thank the person who executed you for getting through your neck in one clean swipe, because it could have been worse.
Yeah, dude.
Was
So
it a in the barbarian
They
style
used to
sword?
tip.
'Cause that would change.
They used to tip the executioner to hit extra hard.
dude, I've been listening to the most recent Hardcore History, which is about like public executions and like in the historical record. And there was a story about this like 19-year-old lady who was getting executed because she murdered her newborn child. And then like she was so weak when she went to they didn't like set them down on like a pedestal. They had them sit on a chair for whatever
I
reason.
was laughing at the drawing, by the way, not what you just said.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm more offended that you're making fun of my art than this thing that happened 700 years ago. She's like sitting on a chair, and then they got a dude with a broadsword supposed to chop through her head, and then like or through her neck, I guess. The first swing, he misses, and he takes off like a cap at the back of her skull and just knocks her over. And she's like, Jesus Christ, this is on record. He's like, oh, Jesus, please stop. And then they pick her back up and put her in the chair. And then they slice at her neck, but they don't get all the way through.
Fuck this.
And then
I can't
she
handle
was
that.
going like, please have mercy. And then he just hacked her, like, finally, eventually got it. And apparently, no joke, there was an informal, like, 3 strikes and you're out rule. And I don't know if this is where baseball got it from. But it was like the executioner has 3 strikes to get the head clean off. And if he doesn't, the people watching the execution can throw stones at the executioner. They can start throwing stuff at the dude trying to chop off their heads.
That's pretty funny.
That was not something I wanted to hear.
Yeah, no, that's pretty dark.
Awful.
You know, like the NBC show This Is Us? Yeah, well, this is actually us. We came from that.
Humans are fucked up, man.
Right?
People, like, we are like just one like just shitty event away from being horrible barbarians again.
I think you're actually right. Like,
yeah,
civilization is amazing. It's so good. But I think like a couple of solar flares roll in, we're like one generation away from it. Like once we have kids who don't know what DoorDash is, they grew up in a DoorDashless world. When they start to, you know, run the ship, it's all over. It's Hugh Grant from Cloud Atlas. Anyway, let's end the show.
All right.
I
feel like if you're gonna make this argument, going back like 2 segments, you can't really make fun of the guy who wants to be a dog, can you?
What do you mean by that?
You just get like, all humans suck, humans are the worst, actually awful.
But that's the burden we have to do, is like, you know, humans suck and we're gonna like try to be better. You can't just opt out. I'm gonna be an amoeba.
Do you have like an emergency bit you can pull out that's like 1 minute long that takes us away from that topic before we end the show?
This was an execution that happened in like the 14th
I know,
century.
I just hate it. I hate it.
What about you watch Game of Thrones? That dude got gold poured down his face, and
I can compartmentalize that as fiction, even though I know it probably happened to someone somewhere.
Oh yeah, I wonder how often that happened.
I mean, does it make you feel better that she killed her baby?
None of it makes me feel better.
That baby is also 637 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand. We talk about, in chat, we talk about like, or in the show, we talk about like, hey, I ate a piece of bread and it didn't taste good. Chat goes like, stop! I can't handle this adversity. We talk about shooting Jeff Bezos into the sun. People are like, tell me more.
We did that?
Well, like, I run many shows. Me and Justin have a podcast where we just talk about what rich people taste like. It's mostly him, and I just go, you think?
God. I was going to yell at chat because they were saying spoilers for Game of Thrones, even though they were joking. And that just made me realize season 1 of Game and Throws.
Oh, wow.
Throws.
Game and Throws.
Hey, sports fans.
You say one thing and you... Oh,
Game and Throws.
But that was 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago.
That's almost a decade ago.
And it's also, yeah, like, it's the first season. So, like, get over it. Also, it happened in history.
Gay man throws.
You know, that sounds like a YouTube channel. Wait,
Oh yeah, dude, don't even do that because like it just makes me remember that it takes
All right,
freaking like a year and a half for that freaking show to come back.
Gay man throws made me cheer up a bit. That's good.
It's the most ambitious show ever made. We need more time.
Don't be excited about the books coming out anytime soon.
Yeah, I think he just gave up.
I think like he's actually just an idiot, and I feel bad for saying that.
I don't think he's an idiot.
What?
Because like,
He's an idiot?
3 years ago, he was like, look, I'm not writing anything else. I'm not writing no wild cards. I'm not going to write anything. I'm not going to write for the show. I will finish this book first. Fast forward 3 years, he's written like 4 extra books that have nothing to do with it. And like he's releasing his A World of Ice and Fire thing, whatever, like later this year instead of the book. It's like, look, man, you just need to like get your shit straight.
But isn't he like a very talented writer though?
Yeah.
How would we know?
Have
But,
any
like-
kind of remote semblance of his own speed of writing.
But
in
like
any
not
fashion.
an idiot though.
Actually,
He might just be stupid.
in fairness, I did
So
read.
ignorant. I love it.
George R. R. Martin did say that he has had to consult the Wikipedia for A Song of Ice and Fire to like keep things in line when he's writing,
Oh man,
which is pretty funny.
I feel like I relate to him a great deal. Because like some days I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do Hollow Knight, and then like I don't do it that day, and then the next day I was like, what was I thinking?
Just go to the Song of Ice and Fire subreddit. Literally any point the show's not airing, it's the most depressing place. On the planet. People are just like, well, I mean, here's this thing I love that I'll never get to see through to the end. Just get a daily reminder that I will never get to see this actually conclude in the way that I wish. All right, see you guys tomorrow.
Let's take some time to pimp our channels. Let's start with Austin.
Twitch.tv/last_gray_wolf. This is my last stream until Sunday because I'm moving on Saturday. But I'm gonna play some